And welcome to the oh-so-gorgeous Rangiri Dambulla International Cricket Stadium, where we bring in Rhino presence Sri Lanka versus Pakistan Women's 2026, powered by Honor. It is the second T20i, and Sri Lanka in the lead. Pakistan today will be looking to force in a win so that they can get to the decider coming up on the 4th of August. The series that started with an ODI series, Sri Lanka winning and putting up a stamp on authority on this bilateral series and taking that confidence of the ODI series win into the T20Is. Won the first T20I with some authority, and this is how it looked like. Pakistan were put into bat first by the Sri Lankan skipper and scored 176 on what looked like a beautiful batting surface. Shafal and Muniba getting a phenomenal start to Pakistan, but in response, Chamari, obviously the expectations will always be on her, but Imesha was the real star. 101 not out of 64 deliveries, ensuring Sri Lanka win this encounter with an over to spare. We were lucky enough to witness this century from Imesha Dulani, and we thought you should get a chance to review it as well before we get into the second T20I. She took literally every bowler apart, including the spinners, going down on one knee, sweeping and then reverse sweeping with ease, very, very comfortably. And then when she grew in confidence, she started playing in the frontal V, using her feet to perfection. Omehani also had no replies to Imesha's brilliance through and through. There were moments in her batting where she looked like that there was no way that she was going to get out across the entirety of the Pakistani bowling attack, and that's exactly what happened. Stayed not out, 101, and that splendid century made her yet another centurion from the Sri Lankan squad, coming out in the fashion that she did. Now look at this. This is the highest score by Sri Lankan women in T20 internationals, and it's all Chamari at Tapatu till on the 31st of July. Imesha Dulani said, listen, I'm going to be one amongst the superstar that Chamari is. 101 not out, into the top 5 now. Alright, now how is this pitch going to behave for the second T20I? Ali Yunus is downstairs having a look at the surface.
It's a beautiful morning here in Dambulla with temperature around about 29 degrees. It's very bright, it's very windy, so that makes it a glorious day for a game of cricket. Well, the pitch for this game, well, it's different from the previous one. That had more grass on it. There's a new surface, pitch number 6, they tell us. It is more towards the drier side, not much grass. But if I go down and just show you that there is, I can tell that there is moisture underneath. It's on the softer side. Unlike the previous one, it was more harder. It was good for batting, the previous one. But this one, bowlers will have their say on it. Maybe early on with the new ball, you will see some swing. But as the match progresses, it will get better for batting. If I'm the captain, I'll be tempted still to bowl first on the surface.
So different surface and different batting conditions. That what is being assessed by Ali Yunus. What do the captains do when they look at this surface? We'll definitely have to check when Samir Yunus will be downstairs with both the captains for the toss.
It's the second T20I. We're all set for the toss between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. I've got the two captains with me, Chamari Athapattu for Sri Lanka, Muniba Ali for Pakistan. And I'm match referee watching over proceedings, Michelle Pereira. It's going to be Chamari to flip the coin. Heads is the call. Muniba, you won the toss. Congratulations. What's the plan and why?
We will be going to bat first. I think it's a good wicket to bat, similar to last match, and we want to put a good total.
You did put up a good total in the first game. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough. Sri Lanka's batters batted really well. What changes have you made in the team to try and counter that?
Yeah, obviously we have only one change. Hamna Bilal is replacing, and Tasmia Rubab has come in.
And what's the mental space like after that first match being lost? What have you told the girls to uplift their spirits? Has there been any conversation of where you need to improve?
Yeah, obviously spirits are high because there were a lot of positives from our last match. But I think the areas we need to rectify, we discussed in the meeting. So hopefully we will try to execute them better today.
Good luck and go well.
Thank you.
Shambhavi, you've been winning chasing lately, but you're okay to bowl first?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, if we won the toss, definitely we will bowl first. That's our decision. But anyway, the good condition and for the batting as well. So yeah, Pakistan is good team. So they're playing really good cricket throughout this tournament. So we need to execute our plans. That's the most important thing.
You've been seeing a lot of good boxers lately, other players stepping up outside of you. Almost a perfect game in that first T20. But are there still any improvements you'd like to see coming into the second game?
Yeah, definitely. We need to improve a couple of areas, especially fielding and the bowling as well. Because last game, Pakistan scored 170 plus. So it's mean we need to improve our bowling as well.
And any changes in the team?
We are going with one change. Sanjana Kavindi youngs come to the team for Nilakshi De Silva because Nilakshi got injured.
Go well and all the best.
Thank you very much.
That is the story out here in the middle in Dambulla. Then Pakistan, remember, they won the toss and they are going to bat first.
All right, so this is what the news is. It is the Pakistan skipper Munib Ali winning the toss and electing to bat first. One change each for both the sides. Pakistan bringing back Tasmia Rabab in place of Hamna Bilal, and Sri Lanka forced to make that change, bringing in Sanjana in place of Nilakshi. She is injured from that little head bit that happened when she was trying to take that catch. Joining me in the commentary box is Rajiv Veerasinghe. Rajiv, welcome.
Very good morning, Neil. Very good morning to all the viewers. So yes, Sri Lanka will have to go for that change because of that head knock on the ground when she was fielding. But I suppose this is a very good opportunity for Sanjana Kavindi as well. 17-year-old debutante here for the Sri Lankan squad, and which Munib Ali was talking at the toss. She had taken a lot of positives out of the previous games, and then Shamari Athapattu wanted to make sure to improve in their bowling and the fielding department as well.
Well, indeed, for Sri Lanka, it's an opportunity to seal the deal right here in this game. Get the series in the pocket, which means 2 series in a span of about 10 odd days. Will they be able to do that is the question. Pakistan would look to win this one because, hey, you can't come to Sri Lanka and say, okay, yeah, we are coming here to gift you series. That's not going to be the case. Munib Ali, she played an inspiring knock in that first game. There will be expectations from her to go out and play even a bigger innings today. A young captain, 96 matches though, to her credit. 1,754 runs. That strike rate of just under 100 is splendid. 2 centuries and 3 half centuries in her career.
Yeah, she was brilliant in the first game alongside Shawal Zulfikar. She's very much new into this opening stand. 11 games, 196 runs. It was a brilliant half century, her first one in the previous encounter. And she is another classy batter who will have to look out in this opening stand. And also Kavya Kavindi. She was very wayward in the first spell in the new ball, but now she has the opportunity. 18 games, 13 wickets. Slightly high on the economic rate as well. So it's going to be a very good contest. Munib Ali winning the toss. It was a very brave decision when chasing has been the ideal case of winning. And to bat first. So maybe she'll be targeting somewhere around 160, 170 on this surface because it's get a little slower and slower because it looks very, very dry.
Well, yeah, it's the surface that has made her decide that. Muniba is in all readiness. First delivery, you did use the term wavered, and that's exactly what has been produced by Kavya. First delivery, down the leg, wide. Freebies open the account for Pakistan.
Yeah, just like I mentioned, it's a left-right combination will not help her. Bowling wavered, starting off with a wide, not the ideal start for Sri Lanka to look out.
Yeah, the sooner you get adjusted to the breeze, the conditions, the better, as far as fast bowlers are concerned. Another one, another freebie, down the leg side. This line would have been perfect if it was a right-handed batter. Someone needs to just put their arm around Kavya and tell her that, listen, it's a left-handed batter, please.
Yeah, this is the surface looks like. See, like I mentioned, it looks really dry. Not much green stuff on there, no grass at all. So it'll be helpful for the spinners, but I feel it's hard, but it'll get slower coming onto the bat, but it's going to be a very good surface still, though, to bat on. So that's why Pakistan has elected to bat first, put a score on board, and defend it.
Edge and boundary. First runs of the bat come in the face of a boundary. There was a wide-ish slip in position. And a boundary comes in. It's a gift.
Expensive start for Sri Lanka. Not the ideal start they were looking at. Bowling wide out to the off stump. That outside edge. There would have been a clearly chance if there was a conventional first slip. But like you mentioned, it is a wide slip now. The slip has been taken off. There's a short third cover point. The field set up. And heavy pack offside field with a deep squall. Again a sweeper cover as the boundary riders.
6 runs already on board. Just one delivery ball. Legal delivery. Straight to the fielder. Much better line. Much better length.
I think that's where she should be bowling at. That off-stump line, the good length line. Not letting to give freebies for the batters. So I think she needs to pull her socks up and then bowl the remaining balls on a proper area. Because she started off very good and expensively.
Just on the leg stump line. She's literally bowled everywhere. She's peppered the ball around. She's got a couple of deliveries down the leg side. One wide outside off. One was a good off and middle. And then on the leg stump. I mean, one wouldn't want to look at the pitch map of this over so far.
Yeah, she has played only 5 T20 games. So it's another learning curve for the young fast bowler. So with the experience coming in, with more games, she needs to adjust her lines. More of a very similar feel to the right-handed Shawal as well. A sweeper and a deep square leg.
Shawal starts with a straight bat. We saw how successful Pakistan was with this opening pair of theirs. First game, she got a half century. She'd want to continue that good form in this game. More importantly, because this game matters from the context of the series as well, Rajiva. Cut away. And runs of the bat. And again in form of a boundary.
She's off the mark with a boundary. Both batters getting off the marks with boundaries. So again, a wayward outside the off-stump delivery. Enough timing, enough room for the batter to rock back and place it into this gap. Because this Dambulla outfield is pretty much fast, very quick, like you mentioned. Because this partnership is very crucial. In the previous game, they got 64 runs in the power play. That's the start they need in the second second T20 as well. Because they need to be alive in this series. They need a win, Pakistan.
Oh, beautiful. What a delivery there. That is what is expected of her more regularly. End of the over, 1 gone, 11 for none. All right, so this is how both the teams stand up against each other. Muniba Ali, Shawal Zulfikar, Iman Nasir, Aisha Zafar, Saira Zabeen. Good to see Emin Fatima back after that twisted ankle that she had in that previous game. Mehani Wahida Akhtar also was injured, but good to see her back. Nashra Sandhu comes in. Tasmiya Rubab makes her way back with Momina Riyasat making the 11. Sugandhika Kumari, 101 T20Is, 74 wickets, slightly higher on that economy. But that experience counts. Width and a single.
Yeah, I reckon that's a very good stop. That covers there. Yes, Sugandhika Kumari, I think the most experienced bowler in the lineup for Sri Lanka. With 74 wickets. Yeah, there you see. Very good stop. I reckon she saved 3 runs. That's Imesha Dulani. She's been very, very acrobatic. She's in the game.
I like the fact that there's enough and more flight given early on. For a spinner to do that. Just goes on to tell you that there's so much heart. Oh, direct hit and probably she would have been gone.
Yeah, Kavisha, Tilari at mid-off. I reckon that would have been a goner for Shawal.
Aerially played over the infield, a couple of bounces. The bowlers definitely winning this race. 4 runs.
Once again with an offer. On this surface, you can't afford to bowl there. And it was a foolish delivery as well. Muniba Ali going over extra cover. A lot of power coming in. It was aerial, yes, over the infield. And races away. That's a second boundary.
Yeah, very confident in her stroke making, Muniba. Understands the field and plays the field. Use of feet on this one. And on to the onside. But the result may not favor her, just a single.
I think that's the ideal line, bowling stump to stump. You can't afford to bowl wide outside the off stump with all the fielders in the ring. There was 2 fielders at long on and deep mid wicket. Make sure the batter plays alongside on the leg side.
They're dealing in singles in this over. Yes, there was that one boundary that came in. But runs on the board, they look good. 19.
Yeah, ideally good start. They're going at a very good rate. This is the similar start that they had in the first game as well. So I think this is another opportunity for these 2 batters to post a very good score.
Oh, beautiful stroke making there. Muniba Ali stays on the back foot and creams it. A boundary to end the over. 2 overs gone, 23 for none. Two overs, 23 for none. Chamaria Tapatu. Change in bowling there. Rashmika. Just 19 years of age. Young Rashmika. Down the leg side will be a wide. Both the seamers have started with wides.
Yeah, indeed, Rashmika is another young cricketer. Starting off with a wide in the previous games, she bowled only 1 over, conceding 14 runs inside the power play that was as well. Yep. But this is another opportunity for her to improve. That's where Chamari was mentioning that they need to improve in their bowling and fielding.
Bagged it shot. 3 fielders trying to reach the ball, but none will be able to get in between the ball and the boundary. 4 runs.
Yeah, second boundary for Shawal. She moves to the double figures. Another shot is delivery. Enough time for her to rock back and then go over mid-wicket. See, these lengths are very important on a surface like this, especially inside the power play. You can't afford to bowl length. You can't afford to give width. You need to be in line with the stumps.
You're right that the concept of bowling the right line, the right length, it might be there in the minds, and I'm sure that these girls who reach the international level, they know what is expected of them. Sometimes it's also the other factors, the breeze, the pressure. All right, over third now. More runs. Another boundary.
Yeah, thick outside edge. Then there once again for Shawal. All the fielders in the offside are in the ring. See, going for a big shot and getting that outside edge over short third. So 3 boundaries for Shawal. And I think Rashmika is going to be expensive once again. She needs to come back into this game. She needs to improve in her lines and length.
Behind square. Another boundary. Where is she bowling? Rashmika.
Back-to-back boundaries for Pakistan and Shawal. She's off to a flyer. This is poor bowling. That was short. There you see no pace at all. Enough time. In fact, it's kind of a sweep shot that she's played against the seamer. This is where the experience comes in. Sri Lanka, inside the power play, they lack on it.
Another boundary. She's just dealing in boundaries, Shawal. She just only knows one language, and that is force.
Dealing with boundaries, hat-trick of boundaries from Shawal. Lot of pressure on the bowler, conceding 17 runs already with 4 boundaries in this over. Look at that. Lovely. Lovely bit of timing and placement, isn't it? She's in form. Got runs in the first game, and now she's continuing to do the same.
Another one. Closing it with yet another boundary. An exceptionally expensive over. 21 coming off it. 3 overs gone, 44 for none. $44 for none after 3 overs. Pakistan have started really well. But I must say, Sri Lankan bowling definitely needs to be checked upon. Yes, there is a lot of flurry of youngsters in it. And that's why an immediate change. Chamari comes in. The smarter thing over here to do for Pakistan would be just to see Chamari off. Don't try and do anything silly. See her off, because the other bowlers are conceding plenty of runs.
Yeah, definitely. Chamari Athapathy, 164 games, 74 wickets for her, 4 for 29, her best bowling. This is where the experience comes in. I reckon Chamari should have bowled earlier on. Oh, good fielding, good fielding. Well, with the bowling lineup, comparatively with both teams, I reckon Pakistan are way ahead with the experience coming in. With Sri Lanka, yes, young bowlers, they're giving the opportunity to them. They need to improve.
Big shout, big shout. But I reckon she's bowling around the wicket. And when you come in to bowl around the wicket, more often than not, you will end up pitching outside the leg stump. So you do tend to negate the idea of an LBW completely. Have a look at that. Where was the ball pitching? Yeah, I reckon outside leg.
Yeah, definitely outside legs down. Chamari Atapattu. So far, good half for the fourth over. It's a quiet one so far, conceding only a single and a left by. This is the moment that she can come into this game. Break the shackles.
Pakistan absolutely smart. Just dealing in singles. Not taking any risks whatsoever.
Yeah, I think, just like you mentioned, they need to see Chamari off. They're off to a flyer. Going over 12 runs, 13 runs and over.
Oh, how close was that? Did the wicketkeeper miss out on a realistic opportunity there? A boundary is a bonus, but did Chamari create a realistic opportunity?
50 on board for Pakistan. Inside the fourth over. Yes, it was a very good delivery, but unlucky for Chamari. Look at this flighted one. Trying to play across, hitting the outside edge. No slip. Beats the keeper. And Shawal, she moves to the 30s. Over 200 the strike rate. She's been outstanding today.
Good over from Pakistan's context. They've seen Chamari off, picked up a boundary. 4 gone, 52 for none. Muniba, 17 of 9. If one would tell you that, you'd be saying, oh, that's a good start. Wait till you get to know what Shawal's done. 31 of 15. She's striking beyond the 200 mark. 52 on board after 4 overs. Muniba Ali won the toss, elected to bat first. And that decision so far is looking very good. Sugandhika. Single on the first ball. Good piece of fielding there. Got a hand to it, otherwise would have been a boundary for sure.
Yeah, half stop from Kavish Dilhari at extra cover there. And now Chamari will have to rely on Sugandhika. Oh, the mascot is here. He was here since the previous game. Lovely. Lovely bit of shots from the drone coming in.
Oh, look at that. Muniba Ali, what a phenomenal looking shot there. An aerial drive over the infield. Mid-off was inside the 30-yard circle, the 25-yard circle. And the boundary was up for taking. Very well done.
On the arc. With your mid-on and mid-off up in the ring, you can't afford to bowl there. There's a lot of width coming in. And Sugandhika needs to adjust her lines and lengths.
And this time, the fine leg will have to put in the chase. And the ball will win the race.
Back-to-back boundaries. Sri Lanka bowlers bowling all over. If you take the pitch map, it's all over. This is poor stuff. Not the ideal start for Sri Lanka. But looking at perspective on Pakistan, and they're off to a flyer. They're off to a great start. Better than the first game.
Well, indeed. We've been pointing fingers at the young bowling attack of Sri Lanka, but Sugandhika is an experienced campaigner. There would have been a lot of expectations from her to try and take charge of the bowling attack, let the youngsters bowl around her. But if you, being the experienced one, in 10 deliveries have conceded 21, questions definitely will be raised. Again, use of feet there by Muniba. Has the ball enough legs? No. Good piece of fielding there. A couple of runs added to the total.
Yeah, miscued shot there. Coming down the track, trying to go over the bowler's head. Lucky, landing in safe lands there. Couple of runs, but yet though, there's been a very good over. 11 runs off it.
Yeah. Omehani would be important when Pakistan come into bowl. Driven straight to the fielder. Good piece of fielding to end the over. 5 gone, 63 for none.
This innings done, and how well have Pakistan started? An absolute flyer, 63 for no loss. Chamari has her hands on her hips because she's trying to figure out where she's going to try and break this partnership from Shawal and Muniba, the skipper and the young Shawal, both of them finding boundaries with ease, and a very power-packed power play so far for Pakistan as Sri Lanka look for answers to yet another good start from the team in green. They won the toss, decided to bat first, and so far it seems it's been a great decision from young Muniba Ali. Chamari Athapathu bowling her second over. She's run out of options and had brought herself on. Ali Yunus joins me for this phase of commentary. You must be pleased with the way these batters have gone about things.
Absolutely. Very happy. Very happy with the intent as these two openers have shown in the first one and over here also in the second T20i. They put pressure on Sri Lanka and they've been wavered. You can tell that they're feeling the pressure of the intent from Pakistani openers. They've been looking to go after everything that has been provided to them, and it has connected.
And Chamari almost immediately resorting to a very defensive line of bowling around the wicket to the right-hander, targeting her pads. Not sure what she's trying to do here. Shawal will get this one in the gap. Couple of dots and a single. Sri Lanka won't mind more of this. It's the boundaries that have really come too easy for Pakistan.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise for me from the start, from the very first over. Chamari had a very defensive field, so that showed that she's looking to stop the run flow. From the very first delivery, she had deep square leg and deep point in place. No attack whatsoever.
Out comes the sweep shot once again. Pakistani batters have played this extremely well. Muniba finds another boundary.
This is superb batting. Shows the range that Muniba has. And she's used a sweep shot to her best. Every time the ball is pitched on the leg side, she's shuffled across a little and then swept it in the gap beautifully. She's played those cut shots, those drives, those sweep shots. That shows that she's got the range.
Uses the feet, but goes back almost immediately. I like the way she sets herself up, Ali. She's got a complete package of shots. When it's nice and straight with the stumps, she presents the full face, uses her feet without too much fear, just like that, and is happy to adjust as well. Now, those are hallmarks of a good batter. Yeah, pitching outside leg, a very hopeful appeal from Chamari. But she'll know that not much conviction in that. Let's have another look.
Yeah, definitely, as you said, pitching way outside the leg stump. Because she's looking for wicket. She's looking to break the partnership. It was a very desperate appeal. 6 over, 68 for none. Pakistan surely are on top at the moment.
Pakistan women decided to win the toss and bat first. There was an edge to start things off, but after that, thanks to some wayward bowling from Sri Lanka, they have piled on the runs, boundary after boundary. Both Muniba Ali and Shawal have gotten off to a really good start. They've put Pakistan on the front foot with some really good stroke making, shot selection, and finding the gaps with ease. Not much inspiration from Sri Lanka's bowlers. They've been offering freebies really, and too many loose deliveries. And as a result, these two batters have made merry here on a breezy but a sticky day here in Dambulla. That is the indication then to confirm that the first power play is done, and Pakistan will certainly feel like they are in the driving seat. As we watch Kavisha Dilhari starting off with a good first ball.
I think she's the key. Samaria Thapatu has gone to her, probably the best spinner that they have. 73 wickets with economy of 6.67, best of 4 for 13. I think she will be the key from here on. While we were showing the power play package, you called it absolutely right when you said they've given away too many easy deliveries to the Pakistani batters. It's the length that they've earned in. Too many short deliveries on a surface like this, which is good to bat on. Length is the key. And the line also, but the length was particularly bad from Sri Lankan bowlers. They were very short. That allowed the Pakistani batters to just swing the bat, and even the edges have carried to the boundary. So they've given away lots of boundary deliveries to this opening pair of Pakistan, who've just grabbed them from both hands.
Back of a length again. Muniba will prod that towards the offside. Yeah, it started off with 2 wides from Rashmika in the first over. You really want to set the tone early on by some good deliveries. They look to Kavisha to try and provide some relief here. Yes, the field is spread, so they look to block the boundary balls. Oh, look at that. They're almost stealing a second.
Yeah, 70 Pakistan are off to a brilliant start. And as you said, the first 2 edges, those were the lengths. They were a little fuller. And after that, somehow, for some reason, they pulled the length back, which allowed these Pakistani batters to settle and score freely.
This is aerial. Is this a chance? No, will fall short of the fielder. Hasn't really connected well, Shawal. If we look back at that first T20 Ali, similar start for Pakistan, but that run out of Muniba Ali provided a bit of a break in the scoring. And then when you lose wickets, you know that it's not easy for a new batter to come out and immediately start scoring runs. Sri Lanka haven't had that luck in this game. So they have to find a way to break this partnership.
Absolutely. I think it's a good batting track, but the previous game, it was a belter. It was an excellent track to bat on. Probably that was the reason that Shamari, they run well. Good running between the wickets. She had to hurry in the end, but I believe she's made it back safely. Probably umpire might have a go at the third umpire. Yes, she does, just to make sure that she's back home safely.
Yeah, just when we spoke about that run out in the first T20, Muniba grabbing a quick one. And this has been another good aspect of this partnership. Even in the first game, they were finding the boundaries, but they also ran between the wickets very, very well. Here's another look. I think she's fine, but we'll have another look just to be on the safe side. Yeah, she's made her ground, it seems. Very good calling between the two. There's good understanding between these two as well. Left-hand, right-hand combination has also not helped Sri Lanka's bowlers, Ali.
Yeah, but at this level, this is no excuse for bowling those poor deliveries. We'll see that green light coming very soon for Muniba Ali. Got to be perfect with your length, at least on a surface like this. When you're batting second, you've got to make sure that you just don't give away too many easy runs, and that's exactly what Sri Lanka has done.
72 for none, going at over 10 runs per over. Sri Lanka's skipper is ringing in the changes. Now she resorts to the young 17-year-old Chamudi Prabodha for some left-arm spin. The under-19 captain she was. I thought she had a good debut. She'll have to be better in this game.
Both sides just giving opportunities to the youngsters. There are a couple of 17 years old for Sri Lanka. Even Pakistan have a few youngsters in their side. Building a new team, giving the opportunities to the youngsters, and these bilateral series are an ideal situation to give opportunities to the youngsters.
Slowing it down, lots of flight. Might be one of the instructions from the dugout.
It would be now interesting to see, because this is such a good partnership, similar to the first game, what Pakistan do next. Do they still go for Iman Nasir, who I believe just was a little on the slower side in the previous game, or they keep on building the momentum and send somebody like Aisha Zafar?
Big stroke, and it's gone all the way for a maximum. Muniba Ali is looking $1 million this morning.
Yeah, when she swings and when she hits, it stays hit. She may not be those muscular one, but she is a great timer of the ball, coming down the track, getting to the pitch, a touch of class, and a great result also. Carrying it all the way for 6. This is such a brilliant start from these two. Muniba in particular, 40 of just 22 deliveries.
Slog sweep once again. It's in the gap once again. However, mid-wicket wit will clean that up. You're right about Muniba. She doesn't look like one of those intimidating figures where she'll muscle you over, but her timing and her placement has been super impressive. She showed shades of her brilliance in the ODI format, but really coming good now, getting among the rungs in this T20 series.
Yeah, and also I like how she's taken that responsibility on herself.
That could have chopped on, but Shawal will steal a single there.
They're talking about Muniba. I really like the way she's taking this responsibility of being the captain, being probably the one of the best in the team as a batter, left-hand batter and opener also. Sometimes the responsibility brings out the best in you, and it is happening with Muniba.
Slap down once again to long on. You can really see she's looking to take the attack to the bowlers. Another good over, 10 plus in it, 8 done. It's 83 for none. The economy rates, all of them in double digits, especially that first over from Rashmika, the third over, beg your pardon, from Rashmika. 21 runs in it. That's a lot of work to do if they are to amend these figures, Sri Lanka's bowlers.
Yeah, but they've got to keep believing that Pakistan can lose a wicket in a cluster. It has happened to them before. They have the potential of just losing few quick wickets. I hope that doesn't happen this time. Because Pakistan do need to get to 180 and 185. And for that to happen, it's very important that these two continue for another 3 to 4 overs. And then maybe Pakistan look to send Aisha Zafar, Saira Jabin maybe, or Iman Fatma, the 2 big hitters, 3 big hitters in fact I would say. There's the camp. It seems like they'll go with the same. I won't mind that, but still just to carry that momentum, because Pakistan lost that momentum in the previous game.
Well, this is Upish, away from the fielder. Muniba, for the first time, didn't look in control of a shot. And I think from here on, they have to get above 200. Made a 170. Sri Lanka chased it down with ease in that first T20i. But as you said in your pitch report, it might not be one of those easier pitches to bat on. It might hold a little as the day progresses. But the sun is baking down. We'll have to see, because you have the likes of Chamari Atapattu, Harshita in good form. Pakistan will know that when they're setting the total. Bit of wrist spin. This goes high. There's 3 fielders coming towards it. Oh, it'll fall right in the center of the bowler, the mid-wicket fielder, and the long-on fielder. Lucky for Shawal.
Very lucky. Yeah, a few words of anger from the captain. What are you doing? We're off to a good start. Got to be sensible enough. You just cannot keep on swinging everything that comes your way. Because once you get a good start, have a look at this, towards the onside. Yeah, these moments probably she would be praying that it doesn't carry, and it didn't. She did a good effort. Kabisha Dilari, she had to run a long way to get to that. 38 of 25 for Shawal.
Looking for the sweep shot once again. She's played that quite well. Misfield, however, won't cause much damage.
Yeah, you talked about my pitch report. These two batters are surely proving me wrong, because they're playing beautifully, and they've been helped by some very average bowling from Sri Lanka. Probably they want to make sure that I don't get the pitch report again.
I'll tell you what, Ali, you can have the best of pitches for bowling also, even at the Perth. But if your bowlers are not hitting the right lengths or the marks, you can't blame the pitch reporter.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? I mean, when I looked at it, it looked different than the first surface. It was on the drier side. It had moisture in it. But yes, as you said, your bowlers need to support you with bowling in the right areas, right length. Have a look at this. It's dry. There's no grass in that area. There's a little bit of grass, change of grass, but that's in the middle area. But the areas that matters, they're pretty dry. So that's why I thought it might be a different pitch. And I still believe as the day progresses, it will get better and better for batting. But I have to say that these openers of Pakistan, they've just played exceptionally well. 9 overs done, 87 for none, Pakistan.
Going along nicely are Pakistan as Chamudi, youngster, looks to bowl her second over, gave away one boundary in that first over, maximum of Muniba Ali. As Shawal now looks to use her feet straight to the fielder, they'll get the single.
Again, looking for quick runs, looking for those big hits. I think the intent, as we've been talking about from the ball one, has been find the boundaries, put the pressure back on the opponents, and they've been very successful in doing so. It's just about carrying on for a few more overs. Just go past that 100, 110, then maybe change in batting order is what I will be looking at.
Well, I know they've gotten off to a really good start, but were you surprised by Muniba's decision to bat first after what has happened in the last 4 games, at least the 2 ODIs and the 2 T20s?
I think I can think of a couple of reasons. First is that they don't want to put pressure on your young batting lineup. Pakistan have got a young batting lineup, and then Pakistan depend on their bowling. So Pakistan is a very good bowling side. They fancy defending whatever they post most of the time. That was the case a year before. But yes, all these new young bowlers, Mohammad Riyasat, Tasmiyah Rubab, Waheed Akhtar hasn't played much cricket, Hani also. They're very skillful bowlers, so Pakistan rely on them more than on their batting. So that can be the reason, not the condition-based decision, but the strength-based decision.
It's a very fine line between choosing over those two, whether you go with the conditions or whether you look at what your strengths are. Pakistan certainly have looked inward and decided this is what we're good at. Very much like Sri Lanka, who always prefer chasing.
Absolutely.
If you look at the way they've gone. So, fair call. Now, will this be a catch? Is this a breakthrough? Yes, it is. 17-year-old Chamudi breaks a partnership that looked threatening for Sri Lanka and has been threatening for Sri Lanka. The skipper, Muniba Ali, has to depart.
Yeah, one shot too many. Pakistan batters were going after anything, everything that Sri Lankan were providing. The idea was right, the ball was there also, but she didn't time it as a liking, didn't get the connection also. Didn't get the timing right. She's still waiting. She doesn't want to go back, I'm telling you, because she's been in a brilliant touch. She's just hoping that some of the had overstepped it. Maybe that's the case.
Yeah, the umpire's just asking her to hold on a second, just to double check on that front foot. No, she seems fine. She seems fine. Rarely do you get a spinner bowling a no ball. Muniba Ali had some hope that she might have an opportunity for a 50, but a brilliant innings regardless. She set the tone at the top, 45 of 30 for the skipper. She falls and it's 90 for 1 now. Pakistan batting first, off to a flyer, but just at the cusp of the drinks break at the halfway stage, Muniba Ali going for a big slog. Couldn't get past the fielder at deep mid wicket, and a good catch. Well noted on where the boundary line was, and Chamudi is elated. She's jubilant. The youngster breaks a very important partnership here. Iman Nasir is the number 3 batter for Pakistan as Chamudi ends a successful over with a dot ball. At the halfway stage, Pakistan are 90 for 1.
Halfway mark, 90 for 1, Pakistan. Halfway mark, 90 for 1, Pakistan. And a splendid start, and then just a little stutter in the face of Muniba Ali, going for the slog sweep and handing out a fairly simple catch. I just hope that this doesn't bring in the shift in momentum for the Pakistani batter as Iman Nasir comes in. This 19-year-old playing a second game. Scored 21 in that previous game that she played. Wanted to hit someplace else, went somewhere else, but runs coming in. She opens her account.
Yeah, not the ideal way, but she opens her account with an inside edge. Yes, I agree with you. They need to be in the rhythm.
There's some Pakistan fans over here in the stands. I like it when fans come in to support their teams. By and large, you're supporting the game, you're supporting every single individual who's associated with the game, especially these youngsters. These 17-year-old, 19-year-olds. It's so good to see them come out and represent the nation. And then support coming in from people who come in waving the national flags. These kids, I'm telling you, they'll be drawing inspiration from these youngsters playing for the nation.
Yeah, definitely. Being a Sunday here in Dambulla, the gates are free. It's open widely for the fans to come and witness these stars. So far, it's a very good over from Sugandhika. See, this is where Sri Lanka can come into the game. That follow wicket break in that rhythm, the momentum. Now the new batter in, build more pressure alongside with your spinners on the new batter. That will create some pressure on Shawal because the runs are not flowing, the runs are not coming, strike is not rotating. So this is a very good chance for Sri Lanka to come back into the game.
Well, you're right. A half-hearted appeal, a dot ball to end the over, just 3 runs coming off it. Very, very good over. 11 gone, 93 for 1. Now these young fans supporting Pakistan. They're having a good day out here on a Sunday, and then the big flags of Sri Lanka waving. These visuals of fans coming out to watch and support their teams just makes the game wholesome. And then the mascot there. I wonder how he is able to reach everywhere in the grounds, literally. And while Sri Lanka is fielding right now, he's not wearing the pads and is not carrying the bat. When Sri Lanka come out to bat, you'll see the lion, the mascot, wearing pads and bat and gloves.
You spot on that very well. Yeah, good awareness. Yeah, definitely. Mascot was wearing the pads earlier on in the first game when Sri Lanka were chasing.
Well, indeed. The mascot also is game aware. 95 for 1 and 11.3. Young Chamudi. Aerially played and runs there for Shawal. She's continuing her brilliant form. Gets a boundary.
Yeah, she's continuing the form. Led from the first game, half century. The first one in the first game. And look at this. Coming down to the pitch of the ball. Went aerial, but it was in the gap. It was placed nicely right in the middle of those two fielders. And this is where some pressure will come on Shawal because strike is not rotating. See, Iman has faced 6 deliveries for just 2 singles.
Onto the pads, big appeal and the finger is raised. Chamudi strikes and strikes again. Not just one, she's got rid of both the openers. And Shawal now misses out on a half century. What a time to pick wicket. She's got the 2. This youngster is the future of Sri Lanka.
Yeah, definitely. Look at that. Playing across the line. That's plumb in front. Chamudi Prabodha. She's been outstanding. She bowled well in her debut. But today, grabbing 2 wickets, 2 crucial wickets. Shawal Zulfikar departs 48. Pakistan losing the second wicket on 99.
Aisha Zafar is the new batter. Fairly experienced, also has a century to her credit. But for Pakistan, this is a problematic time. And I'll tell you why. 99 on board already. They lost 2 wickets, only 2 wickets. 1 last delivery to go in this over. A dot ball to finish a very successful over by Chamudi. 12 gone, 99 for 2. "99 for 2 in 12 overs. Oh, there are the visuals of the men who are talking. And no, we are not playing a game of chess. The black and white are nothing but just choice of colors today, Kavi. Leading edge there.
Hundred on board for Pakistan for the loss of 2 wickets inside the 13th over. They have got a good start. Now they need to reset. 2 new batters out there in the middle with a lot of experience from Aisha. She will have to take that role. Yeah, some concerns she's talking about. Maybe the shot selection or the bowling for Momina when she comes out to bowl on the surface.
Swept and gets a boundary. Aisha will have to take that leadership role in this partnership. She is a senior partner. She'll somewhere have to inspire Iman to get those runs coming.
A poor delivery. On the leg side there, you see, with deep square leg in place. But what Aisha did was played it very finer. Very finer. Great stuff.
Cutaway. Beautifully timed. This is experience on showcase. Aisha Zafar gets a boundary.
Trying to change the angle. Previous delivery was a leg spinner. Swept away for a boundary. Now round the wicket. Bowls the off spinner, but a little wider. Lovely placement in that gap. Look at this outfield, Neil. It's pretty fast. Back-to-back boundaries for Aisha Zafar. And she's off to a flyer. She's off to a great start.
Some visuals from the lake adjacent to our stadium. Shouts of catch it and taken. Oh my God. Is Pakistan imploding? They had a splendid start at one point in time, and all of a sudden it just looks like very anticlimactic.
Yeah, she's has some mixed bags. Bowling over the wicket once again. Great hands. Quite a bit of juggle there. Harshita, but holds on to it. Crucial wicket for Pakistan. Aisha Zafar, the path for 8, losing the third wicket on 108. So new batter walking in, Saira Jabin. 12 games, 150 runs, high score being a half century, unbeaten half century for her. Now Pakistan losing wickets in tandems. See, Kamisha Dilhari, Neil, she was playing a lot of mind games alongside Aisha Zafar. Yeah, dot ball. So dot ball to end the 13th, 108 for 3.
The visuals around the Dambulla Stadium, just gorgeous. In fact, the geography is so incredible. One can keep just watching. We'll probably have to deploy 2 drone operators, one to just capture the cricketing action, and the other one is just moving around, showing us the world around.
Yeah, lovely. Lovely captures from the drone there. You see a lot of agriculture, a lot of history in this part in Dambulla. See greenery. So Sri Lanka, at the toss summary was mentioning that they need to improve in their bowling and fielding. Oh, still the drone's giving us some nice visuals. So this is
are
the
these
time.
those solar panels there?
Oh, yes, definitely. That's right in the middle of those lake. So this is the moment that Sri Lanka has really come back into the game. I'll tell you that. With the spinners picking those wickets.
I am so mightily impressed with the way Chamudi has bowled, especially. Yes, she's given runs. She's about to finish her spell, also picking up 2 crucial wickets. Using a feed, Iman, on that occasion will get a single. Just 17 to have that courage, that self-belief to flight, to deceive the batters in flight, the ones who've been literally toying with the bowling. It's been just incredible. Aerial, and this time over the infield, boundary to end the over. 14 gone, it's 115 for 3 as Chamudi finishes her spell for 2 for 27. $115 for 3 after 14. That little green spot amongst the screen full of green is where we are playing the second T20i between Sri Lanka and Pakistan women. Light green, I've been corrected. Thank you so much. The Rangiri Dambulla International Cricket Stadium in Sri Lanka. Kavya has been brought back into the attack. Playing it off the pads.
Yeah, she'll be very much comfortable with the field setup right now, with the off-cutters bowling into the pitch in line with the stumps. Yes, in the previous game, in the latter part of the over, she picked up a wicket and bowled very good areas. She has the comfort now because there are 4 fielders outside, unlike the power play. Yeah, the popper bands are out here. So this is another opportunity for Kavya to lift her game.
There's a gentle breeze blowing. Single. I want to understand this now. Is this a trend for the Pakistani T20i side that the openers start off really well, but as soon as the first wicket falls, they start imploding? So that's something that they'll have to understand. The analyst, the team management, Wahab, Riaz right there in the center. They would be putting the thinking caps on. And if that is not the case, then is the surface doing something where the spinners taking the pace off or getting some grip off the surface, and then the timing of the batters are going haywire, because of which the wickets are falling. And if that is the case, Pakistan should be batting mindfully, trying to push the score towards 170, 175, because then the batting will definitely become more difficult. Pakistan has a more potent spin bowling attack.
Yeah, talk about spin, Neil. I think definitely Kavya is taking pace off. Bowling into the wicket with the field set up more heavy on the leg side. She bowls those off-cutters in line with the stumps. So I reckon this is a great move by Chamri to bring in Kavya into the attack.
Yeah, I reckon the idea is to take the pace off. Try and see if you can extract some grip off the surface. Try and see if the ball can hold up a bit. Dealing in singles. The shift in momentum is drastic, it's dramatic. But one has to be very, very mindful. Iman 8 of 14. I wonder if that is your ideal number 3.
Yeah, definitely some concerns in the dugout there. Is the score going to be enough? What is the score that they are going to impose? That might be the ideas coming in. So far, it's a very good over from Kavya. Just 5 singles.
Another single to end the over. 15 gone. It's 121 for 3.
Right after another excellent start by the openers, Pakistan have just started one more time. They've lost 3 wickets in quick succession, and now they're just looking for a rebuild phase. 121 at the moment. They've lost 3 wickets in 15 overs, and probably what we thought earlier. Chamaria Tapadu, she pulled one for 4. Yeah, Saira has the potential. She can use that long handle. She starts off with the boundary to Chamaria Tapadu. As I welcome alongside me, Mr. Samir Yunus.
Yeah, the boundaries had dried up post the power play, but this is a good option to take. She saw there was no fielder down at deep square leg, so quickly shuffling across and placing it very nicely. One bounce into the fence. They need more of these if they are to set a competitive total here. 170 wasn't enough in that first T20. We were talking about 200 not many overs ago, but that looks like quite a far dream for Pakistan from here on.
Absolutely. 200, they'll have to play really well. Sarah Jabin, yes, she has that potential of hitting those big sixes, but it's Iman Nasir which is trouble for Pakistan at the moment. Her strike rate, 14 runs, 14 ball 8. Sarah Jabin goes over the head again. Beautiful shot, as easy as you like it. She can do it on regular occasions. Sarah again, second boundary.
Yeah, smart once again. Shamari floating it full, Midon up in the circle. She was very quick to come down the track and go over Midon and find another boundary. That's much better. That's the kind of smart batting Pakistan expect from the middle order.
Yeah, very brave from Chamaria Tapadu to have that fielder inside the circle. Being an off-spinner, she still has that fielder inside the circle, and she goes, no, she couldn't quite clear the fielder in the hand. Shamari breaks through again. Those celebrations, she knows that she's taken the revenge.
Yeah, she's more angry with herself. That's why the look, but Saira Jabin looking for another boundary, but this was quicker from Chawari. She just couldn't get the middle of the bat, top edge. And fine leg will hold on to that quite easily. Yeah, she knows she's not happy with the 2 boundaries, but she's got her revenge with that wicket. Saira, a little cameo, but will it be enough? 16 off 9. 129 for 4, Pakistan.
She's got a job to do. She needs to finish well for the team. 112 runs, 18 the average. The strike rate 136 is where you should be looking at the moment. Can she do it? We've been talking about the flaws in the techniques, but last 5 overs, nobody's really looking at your technique. It's the runs that matters.
Yeah, hit and hit them hard is what they'll be thinking.
Beaten outside the off stump, quicker in pace by Chamaria Tapadu. She's so experienced. She's so skillful. Whatever she does, I mean, you name a thing in cricket, she'll be best at it. You talk about fielding, bowling, batting, captain, everything in one.
Who knows, she might start umpiring in the next game. 16 done, Pakistan up 129 for 4.
Again, a good start from Muniba and Shawal, 45 and 48. But it's the middle order that has been the real concern for Pakistan. Iman still there, 14 deliveries for 8. Aisha Zafar failing one more time, 5 deliveries for her 8. Saira, She looked good for her 16, but couldn't really convert that good start into a big inning. And that has been the concern, Samir, for Pakistan, that middle order. Pakistan heavily rely on Aisha Zafar. Just a little point that I really want to make here for her. As she goes down the track, Iman Nasir this time, but just one run. Since that Zimbabwe series, Pakistan has heavily relied on Aisha Zafar in the middle overs. And the scores have been against West Indies, the Tri-Nation in Ireland, 7, against Ireland, 6, in a warm-up match against Sri Lanka, 10, Scotland, 1, India, 12, South Africa, 9, Bangladesh, 11, Australia, 0, Netherlands, 32, Sri Lanka in the first T20i, 17 runs. So probably looking at these runs in the middle order, being the most senior player. Oh no, it was in the air, not quite carrying to the fielder. So if you're the senior most member of the team in playing in the middle order, these numbers are not up there.
Yeah, you could speak of a few factors that lead to that for the middle order batters. You could argue that for the openers, they have the advantage of the power play. And to be fair, in this game, some very wayward bowling from Sri Lanka. That's one factor. That's up pitch as well. But it turned away from the fielder at point. And that's a boundary that Pakistan will welcome. Iman gets off the mark with the 4.
A much needed boundary to get Iman Fatma going. Not the ideal of the ways, but she will take it. Thick outside edge. Swivel just in front of the fielder and gone for boundary.
You have to anticipate that turn when it bounces, especially when it's carved off the bat. So just to get back on that point of middle order batters, Ali, you just feel like you need that expertise from your middle order batters there. Even if you're not finding the boundaries with the field spread, you've got to be able to rotate the strike, find those 1s and 2s. Big shot once again. Ahmed Fatima has picked the bones out of this one. Just what Pakistan needed in these last few overs.
As I said, she has the skill. She has the intent. She has the power also. This one, she just muscled it. Great swing of the bat. One knee down, and she just deposited in the stands. She has the force. She has the power in her. Few overs from her will take Pakistan to a safer zone. Yeah, this is good cricket. Sensible from her. In the previous game, she just went after everything. But here, just understanding what is required.
Yeah, we talk about middle order batters being able to rotate strike, but if you can hit the ball like that, then that's a bonus.
Yeah, we've been talking about those number 3s and number 4s. I think the skill level they need to have is, yes, to rotate the strike and the ability to finish the games also. Iman Nasir is struggling surely on the other end. 15 deliveries for her 9, 17 gone, 141 for 4. $141, 18 deliveries for Pakistan to get as many runs as they would like to get. But yes, as I said, Iman, she is very good. She's just muscled this one for 4 in the gap.
Well, she packs a punch, doesn't she? A couple of very good looking shots already we have seen from her. First ball from Chamari Athapattu. She's given it a real whack down on one knee. Aerial sweep, one bounce into the fence. Pakistan will like the look of this. They needed boundaries and she's finding it for them.
Yeah, she lines up and she looks for that long on mid-wicket and square leg area. I wonder if the field setting is right for Iman Fatma. They've got only one fielder on the onside, and one at long on and one at mid-wicket area. See, this is where she would hit you every time, that mid-wicket area. So if I'm the captain, if I'm Chamari Athapattu, I'll bring in the cover fielder in the circle and send square leg deep. So probably there will be a chance if they have that field setting.
Shuffles across, goes big in that vacant region once again. This time it's Iman Nasir. She realizes that she needs to pick the pace up, and she does that nicely.
Yeah, 150 up for Pakistan. Yeah, when you ball at this pace, you ball it slower, there's every chance that the batter can get into that position and play it over the head of the square leg. Because she's bowling far away and bowling slow, so this shot is definitely on. Now they've got that fielder back at deep square leg. They brought in the cover fielder. But she goes in that area, beautiful. They've got another protection there, was just one run.
Yeah, two right-handers. And you're talking about having just two fielders on the leg side. I would have brought on a left-arm spinner maybe to try and play against a spin. That's the cover fielder you talked about in the deep. That has to be called a wide. Too wide from Chamari.
Yeah, for Iman Fatma, they've got again the similar sort of field. They've got long on back, square leg inside the circle. But if for Iman Nasir, they change it. A quicker one. Looking for couple. No, they're not going to get it. Single to end the over. A good one for Pakistan. 153 for 4 it is. Right, Kavya, 2 overs, given away 17 runs without a wicket though. These two Imans, one Iman with a Y, one with M, without Y rather, 17 and 14. Iman with Y, she goes straight, bang, that's a powerful shot. One bounce and over the ropes. That is some shot from Iman with Y.
She's really making an impression here. This was full from Kavya. She gave it a real slap. Downtown. Yes, long on, long off are both in position, but this was right in the middle. One bounce into the fence. She's finding boundaries. And Pakistan are getting the finish that they should have had after the kind of start they got.
Yeah, it's a cameo that Pakistan really needed. Iman Fatma is providing it. 12 deliveries for 21. Again towards the offside, straight to the fielder. Yeah, this is better. Have those 3 fielders inside the circle at offside and look to ball outside the off stump. That's the best way you can just ball to Iman.
She gave away 6 runs in the previous over. Almost all the deliveries were off cutters from Kavya. She realized very quickly that there's no point offering pace on this track. Ball's travelling very quickly. And she'll be looking to do the same over here as well.
Again, looking for a quick run. No, not there, not there. Surely not there. The keeper was in position very early.
Yeah, good block hole delivery right on the toes. Iman is looking to open up and go big. This was very well executed. Slower and in the block hole. Never easy to get those away.
She adjusted well. Kept the eyes on the batter, what she's trying to do. She was looking to create that room. Maybe looking to go over extra cover. Standing still. Straight to the fielder. Yeah, just great recovery from Kavya. After giving away a boundary in the first delivery, she's bowled 3 dot deliveries after that.
Yeah, I was going to say good comeback. She went full in the first delivery, but after that, realizing that she needs to pull the length back. Don't bowl it in the arc of Iman, who's looked to get under the ball and go over. That's been her strength. 8 deliveries to go. Can they get past at 170, which wasn't enough, by the way? They'll be on the back of their minds.
Again, she swings. She swings beautifully. And over the ropes for 6. 27 of 16 now for Iman with Y.
Well, this is some seriously good hitting from Iman Fatima. Once again, in the slot, slower delivery. And she's gone bang over mid-wicket. Even if there was a fielder there, it wouldn't have mattered because that's gone all the way.
See, this is not smart bowling from Kavya. She bowled those 3 good deliveries. I wonder what made her change her plan, because it was working for her outside the off stump. She's bowling in her zone where she likes it, where she's able to swing the bat, and she's doing it quite successfully. A cutter again. This is better. This is where she needs to be. A single. Iman will keep the strike. This is a good sign for Pakistan. She keeps the strike. 19 gone, 164 for 4.
One over left in this Pakistani innings. They've gotten to 164 after a brilliant start. You would have thought they would have liked to be slightly higher than where they are. However, Iman Fatima, the Iman with a Y, is providing a much needed impetus towards the end of this innings.
Much needed from Iman. 17 deliveries. She scored 28 runs. Couple of 6s to her name. Good hits. And ideally Pakistan, if they can get to 180, 16 run over the last one, I think they'll be a happier side at the end of 20 overs if they can get to 180 from here on. So Gandhiga with the last over, good delivery outside the off stump. Again looking to heave it towards onside. Didn't get the connection. She'll have to settle for 1.
Yeah, brave choice this from Chamari, bowling a spinner in the last over. Sugandhika has given away 27 in her 19 deliveries. She'll have to be pinpoint accurate here. They'll have to mix it up as well. Got Iman Nasir on strike. They won't mind bowling to her. We'll try and keep Iman Fatima out of strike as much as possible in these last 5 deliveries.
Yeah, the difference. 18 balls both have faced. Iman has scored just 14. This time she goes straight. Straight enough for a boundary. Excellent shot. Oh no, it's gone for a 6. Wonderful hit then.
Well, she needed inspiration from her namesake, Iman. And from the time she's walked out, suddenly Iman Nasir has also picked up the pace. This is very well struck. It was nice and straight. And once again going downtown. And it's gone all the way for a 6. Moves to 170 Pakistan now.
Yeah, 171. Just 9 more runs to get to 180. I think that would be a good total. Coming down the track, swinging it in the gap. Maybe look to come back for the second. No. It's better. They thought that the strike should be with Iman with Y.
Yeah, Pakistani fans won't mind this. They'll want to see Iman take strike in these last 3 deliveries. Iman Fatima, I mean. Sugandhika will have to think very hard and smart on where she wants to bowl to Iman Fatima.
She's looking to again swing it towards onside, but could only manage it to the fielder. So 1-6-1-1. I'd say this is a good over. At least the first 4 deliveries, just 9 runs coming off it. Because both batters, they're looking to go big, looking for those 6s. And if you're able to just end that over around 10 or 11 run over, she won't mind that. Taking a bit of time, Iman. She's covered well. 20 deliveries for 21. Another boundary here will just give her a lot of confidence going into the 3rd game. Up and straight to guess who? The captain, Chamari Adapatu. Simple, straightforward chance taken.
Yeah, cannot keep her out of the game. And Sugandhika picks up the wicket of Iman Nasir. This was floated outside off. It was flatter as well, forcing her to try and go over the fielder, but Chamari won't let that pass her. She's not pleased with the way things have gone in the last couple of overs. Gave away too many as we watch Iman Nasir walk back. A run ball 21 for her as Pakistan lose their 5th for 173. He's a happy chap with that wicket that fell just now. The Lion mascot looking good in his lungi and his t-shirt.
Honey, she goes up and in the gap also. At least couple, if not three. If the run man, they can get three. Yeah, and he wanted to come back for the third. Yeah, just when the wicket fell in the previous delivery, Samir, yeah, we come to the end of the over. Yes, 20 overs done. 175, 1 run short from what Pakistan got in the previous game. Pakistan got 176. Here Pakistan getting 175 for the loss of 5 wickets. Chamari Adapathu was not pleased with the effort of the team. I wonder if that's a good sign for Pakistan.
Yeah, well, even in the first game, when Pakistan made 176, we all thought there was a par score. It was a competitive total. Sri Lanka's batters eventually found it quite easy to chase it down. But today, will it be the same story? Will the pitch hold up and continue to be good for batting? And will Pakistan bowl better than they did in that first T20i? However, a good start for Pakistan with the bat in hand. The openers, Muniba and Shawal, both into their 40s, got off to a real flyer. But after that, there was a bit of a stutter. As soon as those two got out, Iman, Aisha, Saira, they all struggled to get going. Saira Jabin did show glimpses of her shot making, but towards the absolute end, in the last 2 to 3 overs, it was Iman Fatima who came and struck some good blows, couple of sixes and some nice boundaries to end on a high with 175 on the board.
Yeah, as a bowling unit, I think they've not been impressive, Sri Lankan women. They gave away too many easy boundaries, especially the new ball bowlers, Kavya and Sugantika. They gave away too many boundary deliveries, and that 1 over of Rashmika, given away 21 runs, that gave that momentum to that opening partnership. But they recovered well, courtesy to Shamari, Kawashi and Chamudi, who got wickets and controlled the economy towards the end of the inning. They restricted Pakistan to 175, which could have easily been 190.
There was a real firepower start from Pakistan. Some wayward bowling from Sri Lanka, which Shawal and Muniba both capitalized quite well. Muniba especially, I thought, played some very good strokes. She knew where the fielders were and she found those gaps, even those aerial shots from both those batters, very much controlled and taking good advantage of the field restrictions. Some edges as well, but they wouldn't mind. You need that luck sometimes early on. Kept taking advantage of some very short bowling and some very wayward bowling.
Yeah, it has been the length from Sri Lankan bowlers to provided with those easy deliveries, easy boundary deliveries, and Pakistan, as you said, capitalizing on it. Every time their opportunity was provided, they grabbed it. The range that Muniba showed, she's been good, sweeping the shots, finding the gaps on regular occasions, and was not scared to use her feet also. Hit some big hits, and then this happened. She lost her wicket, courtesy again looking for that big hit towards mid-wicket area. Shawal looked really, really impressive, but not for long. She just went for sweep shot, which was not quite there, and then Pakistan did struggle after that.
There was a matter of rebuilding after that. There was a quiet phase in those middle overs as the spinners took control, but then there was this brilliant catch from Harshita. They looked for batters to come and provide that impetus towards the end. It was Saira Jabin who started finding boundaries post the 15-over mark, and she got out trying to accelerate before she picked up those boundaries. Yeah, this was the wicket that fell, looking to go over fine. But then came out Iman Fatima. She got off the mark with that lucky boundary. There was a bit of a turn on that, but after that, the shots she played, wow, very impressive. Off the middle of the bat and very well adjusted in terms of finding the gaps. She kept shuffling across, and every time the fast bowlers were full, she went downtown with a lot of force and a lot of strength and power behind her shots, ensuring that Pakistan get to a total that the bowlers will believe is something they can defend better than they did in the first game. That was the wicket of Iman Nasir, who fell towards the end. So that is what Sri Lanka need, a very similar target as in the first T20i, 176 in their allotted 20 overs to win the second T20 and to win the series 2-0.
Hello and welcome to the second T20i, the Rhino presents Sri Lanka versus Pakistan Women's 2026, powered by Honor, coming in live from Rangiri, Dambulla International Cricket Stadium. And this is exactly what happened when Pakistan won the toss, elected to bat first, 175, losing 5 wickets after a splendid start, what should have been a little more than 175. That was courtesy some loose bowling at the top, but Chamudi coming in and picking up 2 wickets and breaking the momentum of the Pakistani batting at the right time. Just 5 extras in those entirety of 20 overs. And now it's going to be the Sri Lankan openers that will be in all readiness. Not just chase the total down, but to also look to close the series in their favour. Imisha Dulani coming in fresh from a century in that previous game. Her highest of 101 not out. And a partner, Chamaria Tapatu, the legend, 3,963 runs. Just 37 runs away from the 4,000 milestone. She'll be looking to make a 2-2 as far as series against Pakistan is concerned. The umpire will say play, and Pakistan bowling attack will start. First delivery and straight to the fielder, Tasmia Rubab making her way in, replacing Hamna Bilal. And joining me in the commentary box, Ali Yunus. Welcome, Ali.
Thank you very much. New ball is the key. Tasmia Rubab, just 2 wickets in her career. Just 5th game that she's playing. The economy on the higher side, 10.84. But this is a new game, new day, a new opportunity for her. As I said, Neil, it has to come for Sri Lanka if it has to happen. New ball is the key. You got to get maximum runs. Try to get maximum runs while the ball is new. Exactly what Pakistan did. Because once that shine is gone, the run scoring gets tougher. We saw that in the first inning when Pakistan batted. And Pakistan have got some quality spinners. So you see some fireworks inside 6 overs. I won't be surprised if it's a Chamari show.
Imesha says that no, wait on. I'm the star from the previous game. I will show what I can do. Boundary.
Yeah, intent quite clear from Imesha. Starting over where she left in the previous game. Eyes wide open, great balance, great swing. Although still from the toe end of the bat. But still she was able to manage it over the head of the fielder. This is a good start from Imesha.
Tasmia might have that little nervy mindset. Oh, beautiful. She took the pace off. Very good thinking, Tasmia. Very good comeback.
A great comeback. Understanding what is required to do with the new ball. This is just pitch it up to the batter. Just give ball enough time to swing. This is what you want to see. And this is what something that Sri Lankan didn't do. They pulled back their length early on, which gave away too many easy deliveries to hit boundaries. That's something Pakistan shouldn't do.
A little too full, but there is protection. Psychologically, Tasmia also knows that she's been brought in place of Hamna. Hamna was very wavered in that previous game. It's an almost instant change. Tasmia also hasn't really had a great ODI series.
Surely she struggled in the ODI series. Hamna, who was coming back after an injury, just one opportunity for her. I thought a little harsh on her, just to be dropped after one outing. She could have they could have given her another opportunity here. When the breeze is on, you just give your swing bowler a more opportunity.
In the slot and gone all the way. Chamaria Tapatu showing a class.
Spectacular. Easily done. 1 over gone, 11 for none. What a way to start off your inning.
Gift. So it's going to be Wahida Akhtar sharing the new ball. 11 for none after one. Just eight matches young, Wahida Akhtar in the T20i format.
Yeah, interesting move by the wicketkeeper and the captain, being up on the stumps. But what a start, Neil, from the legend, as you said. Pitched up, very first deliveries. She just goes bang. Easy as you like it, over the head of the field, and the force, the power, the muscle that she has. It's just brilliant.
She's incredible. Can't bowl in her areas. Meanwhile, Wahida Akhtar, she's kept those lines absolutely in check. Just slightly back of the length. Inviting the batter to come on the front foot and play outside of off stump. Very well protected offside field. Big shout and given. Had to be. Went too early for that shot, Himesha. And the ball going on to hit right in front of the stumps. No doubts in the mind of the umpire. Sri Lanka lose their first.
Yeah, great start for Wahida. That was expected. Because of that sling, the ball keeps a little low. Yeah, it was pitched half tracker, but still kept low because of the action of Wahida. There were no doubts for umpire to be giving that out. Great delivery, great start. The Centurion from the previous game, Himesha Dulani, goes back scoring 5, 11 for 1.
All right, so first wicket down, and the debutante, Sanjana Kavindi, comes in. Left-handed bat.
Yeah, what an opportunity for her. Batting alongside the captains and one of the best in the world. That will give her a lot of confidence. And if she can just play her role, just give the strike maximum to Chamaria Thapadu, I think that should be the role for her.
Two left-handers together. A little error in that field. Now, you can't really afford that. You just picked a wicket.
Yeah, it's the senior pro, Nashra Sandhu there, just making the fumble. Pakistan have taken one wicket. They're off to a good start, and that too of a Centurion. Again, stumps to stumps. That's the key. Hitting the stump, surely hitting that middle stump. Easy decision for the umpire.
Yeah, Vrinda Rathi didn't even take a moment. She knew that this was going on to hit the stumps. Very good over so far. Just one run and a wicket. Wahida. Oh, beautiful. Now this is the line you bowl to Chamari, and then come on, you can't be doing this. You have to support your bowler. That's how you create pressure.
Definitely. Pakistan were a little wavered in the previous game also, starting off with a couple of fumbles there inside 2 overs, just looking to time it. It was right in the gap, and she should have stopped. Shouldn't be giving those easy singles. Just lets the pressure off Chamaria Thapadu.
Oh, now this is what happens. Streaky, and goes for a 4. A very good over. Turned down into a fairly decent over. Let's put it that way. 17 for 1 after 2. 17 for 1 after 2. And 1 wicket to fall was of Imesha. And Sanjana came in at number 3 earlier today. The skipper gave her her cap. What a moment for these youngsters to not just make an international debut, but to receive your cap from the legend of Sri Lankan cricket, Chamaria Tapatu, and then to come out and bat alongside her.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than this. It's dream stuff for a 17-year-old. I'm sure she's been dreaming of this moment. And as you said, she's got the opportunity to play along the legend Chamari. And I like the intent that she's shown. Being 17-year-old, I know in this part of the world, you tell these young batters to stay there, rotate the strike, as I said earlier also. But she's come out and batted with intent that she wants to go after, she wants to express herself. She wants to show the world what she can do. So that's a great sign for Sri Lankan cricket.
Yeah. Both the teams. Oh, lucky. Inside edge, that could have gone anywhere. Both the teams have deployed absolute youngsters as their number 3. Not a very regular side in international cricket. You want your probably most experienced batter in the top 3 positions. So you put in your youngest kid at number 3, Iman for Pakistan, and now Sanjana for Sri Lanka. Is that a thought after strategy, or is it like, hey, let's put them on the deep end, they'll learn how to swim? Meanwhile, cut away, and Chamari says, hey, focus on me. That's a boundary.
Oh, she's too good. She's just magnificent. It's the ease that she hits those boundaries. Have a look at this. Just timed it. Great swing of the bat. Quick arms. Great placement. Over the head of the fielder. Bread and butter.
Absolutely. This is the class of Chamaria Tapatu.
Anil, scoring runs is one, but the way she scores runs, it just demolishes the motivation, whatever that has in the bowling lineup. She hits them so hard, and she hits them at regular deliveries.
And this time on the onside. You are in line. You give her anything on the leg stump. You're literally gifting her a Christmas present way early.
Yeah, by the end of the first inning, I said that the Chamari is not happy. She was not pleased. She was angry. And this is what she can do to the opponents if you make her angry. Although it was her own team that made her angry, not Pakistanis. She's taking out all the anger on Pakistan. 3 different areas, 3 different class shots from the legend.
10 runs of this over already. Tasmi has conceded 21 of the 10 deliveries she's bowled. Oh, in the slot, and this time in the gap. You're not watching a highlights package. You're watching the live action for the willow of Chamaria Tapatu.
Is there a shot in cricket book that she cannot play? Look at this. Great balance, great high arm, elbow in place. The angle of the bat, great footwork, everything good about that shot. It's pure magic coming from the legend herself. This is not a good news for Pakistan.
Well, yeah, the way she played that shot, that video should be going into coaching manuals if someone wants to learn how to play a cover drive. That is how it should be. Beautiful placement. Quick change in the field. There is a deep mid-wicket that's been sent back. And the reason was evident. Attempted a short delivery. I don't mind such wides, honestly, because then you're showing the intent that, listen, I can bowl a short delivery that goes over your helmet. Next time, I bowl a tighter length, it'll be on your helmet.
Yeah, but I wonder if you can set a feel for a player like Chamaria Tapatu, who's got so much variety, so much range. Yes, this one probably the direction could have been a little better towards the helmet, as they say. You've got that field setting for such shot. But as I said, Chamari, she's got such a huge range of shots. It gets very tough for the captain to set a field, because we've seen in these 21 runs that she has scored in 7 deliveries, 3 classical shots in different areas.
Is it the breeze or is it the mental battle? Because many a times, sometimes the breeze comes in and you are, no, this is not the right kind of, the pace of the breeze in which I want to bowl. Or mentally, you're not prepared to go out and bowl. And look at that smile on Chamari. She knows it. She's got her card on top of Tasmia.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of everything. Because you know that you're bowling to Chamari, who's ready to hit you.
Fair delivery. We've taken just a single to get it done with. 3 overs gone, 33 for 1.
This is going to be a good battle.
33 for 1 after 3. Wahida Akhtar. Chamari on strike. Can Wahida create an impact? That massive dent that Pakistan is looking for in the face of Chamari's wicket. Onto the leg stump and punished. 4 runs on the first ball.
Brilliant. Leave everything and turn on your TVs, because Chamari is on song. There are very few things better in cricket when watching Chamari on her day, the way she hits it. This was not a bad delivery. It was within the stumps, and she's just maneuvered it through her wrists towards onside. Again, an easily taken boundary.
She's very fluid. Absolutely intense. Oh, this time towards the third. Opening the face of the bat. And no stopping that. Back-to-back boundaries.
This was intentional. It was not an edge, if you're thinking that way, Neil. It was intentional. She angled her bat. Look at this, just at the right. Maybe a little bit of edge coming in, but still she had that intention of playing it in that area. And the pace taking it towards the boundary. I thought this would be a good battle, but at the moment, Chamaria Tapatu is winning it quite easily.
Oh! Was there an edge to that? Was there an edge? Did Muniba drop the skipper?
The expression says, yes, there was. Yes, I really believe that this was a good battle, but probably the bat hitting the pad or the leg guards. But yes, Wahida, I thought she will bowl good to Chamari.
Oh, there are more pyrotechniques here at the Rangiri Dambulla International Cricket Stadium. Sixer for Chamaria Tapatu. 36 on board for her. And she is in no mood to stop.
This is magical. This is out of the world stuff. It's just the ease that she plays at. Just standing tall, no footwork, doesn't matter. Great hands, great hand speed, great bat speed also.
Now, straight to the fielder.
Neil, as a bowler, the question is, what do you do? Where do you bowl at? Which area? Which pace? She's got answers to all the questions. You bowl it short, she'll cut you. You bowl it full, she'll hit you straight down the ground. You bowl it on the leg side, she'll flick you. Ball short, she'll just pull you.
And Chamari will get a boundary to end the over. Brings up the 50 for Sri Lanka. Chamaria Tapatu, 51 for 1 after 4. 51 on board, of which 40 have come from the willow of Chamaria Tapatu, of just 14 deliveries. Scintillating form. And at the start of this game, Chamaria Tapatu was on 3,963 runs. That's Sanjana on your screens. All right, Momina has been brought into the attack.
Yeah, she was the pick of the bowlers in the first game for Pakistan. Momina Riyasat comes from Abbottabad. She bowled it slow. She bowled it far from the reach of the batters. Can she repeat that performance? A youngster to a youngster. I wonder, Neil, what Sanjana would be thinking, just looking the brilliance of Chamaria Tapatu on the other end. What am I supposed to do now? Do I match her skill level? Should I stick to her own basics?
Watch and learn.
Yeah.
There's a masterclass going on the other end. Just take a single, get off strike. Watch and learn. Aerial and over the fielder. She's learning and she's learning it quick. Sanjana, a boundary for her.
Yeah, she wants to impress. She wants the world to see her skill level, her talent. Because yes, if Chamari can do it, so can she. Bowl it slower, blow it far, but still she manages to play it over. Because the intent is clear that if you bowl in my zone, I'm going to hit you. And hit you over the head of the fielders. That's an impressive start to her career. Sanjana, 5 deliveries, she's got a couple of boundaries.
A dot ball there. It's a quiet over. Yes, there's a boundary in this one so far. But at the pace at which runs have been coming, I reckon the Pakistani bowlers will take it.
Yeah, with Nasha Sandhu to bowl her 4 overs, probably maybe this is the time that you bring her in the game to bowl to Chamaria Tapatu, try to get her wicket, try to make a comeback.
Oh, dot ball. I wonder what is Chamari thinking standing on the non-striker's end. The entire over almost, she's been off strike. 40 of 14, and with those 40 runs, Chamari has also reached her 4,000 runs in T20Is. 4,000 runs. That's a mammoth milestone for this superstar. Very good over. Just 4 runs off it. 5 gone, 55 for 1.
Going at 11 per over are Sri Lanka, chasing 176. And it's been an absolute privilege to be able to watch what has been a scintillating innings from one of the finest hitters of the cricket ball in the women's game. Chamaria Tapatu putting on a show here. 40 of just 14 as Pakistan look to buy, to desperately break this partnership, to get the wicket off Chamaria Tapatu. And for that, Muniba Ali has introduced Ummehani, one of her go-to spinners alongside Nashra Sandhu, to try and prize out a wicket here. Desperate for a change are Pakistan as Chamari goes along, motors along, or rather blitz along in this power play. Rajiv Veerasinghe to join me now. It's been an absolute joy to watch, hasn't it, this show from Chamari?
Yeah, she's been in tremendous form. Especially inside the power play. I think it's margin for error. 0 margins for the bowlers. She's batting brilliantly. 5 boundaries and 3 sixes in a 40 so far. So perfect time to introduce Ummehani with 2 left-handers out there. Much comfortable moment for her. to bowl the last over of the power play, but Sri Lanka off to a flyer.
Looks like there is a hold up here. Some attention being required from one of the fielders by the physio. They are off to a really good start here. Sri Lanka in chase of 176. Chamari on 40 off just 14. Sanjana, the debutant, going at a runner ball and should be more than happy to stay at the non-striker's end and watch the show, as Neil and Ali were talking about. Someone young like her, all she has to do is just rotate the strike and watch and learn from the superstar. That is Chamari. Now here's what the physio is out for. We'll try and find out exactly what's wrong. Muniba has had her troubles with players getting injured. We saw Wahida and Iman in the first match taking the field, getting off the field. And it seems like it's just going to be some cover on the thumb, and she should be good to go, Momina Riyasat. Chamari Athapathu, 40 runs here, but a career of 4,000 runs. What an illustrious career it has been. What a leader she has been for Sri Lanka, and she continues to be the pillar on which Sri Lanka women's cricket stands up to this day.
I think Muniba Ali introducing Umehani should be more comfortable bowling at Sanjana Kavindi, the newcomer playing the debut. So what she will be doing, she will be targeting on the stumps with a deep square leg and a long on being placed. So in line with the stumps, that's where she will be targeting the ball at Chamari Athapathu.
It's a big shot. It's on top of mid-wicket. No, it's straight to mid-wicket. The change works for Pakistan. Mehani strikes first ball, and it's the big wicket of Chamari Athapathu.
Great start to her spell, Umehani, picking up the crucial wicket in Sri Lanka's innings. Chamari Athapathu going for a big slog sweep, holding on to deep square leg. So entertainment ending for Sri Lanka. Chamari Athapathu departs for 40, a blistering knock, a 15-ball 40 from her. Sri Lanka losing the second wicket on 55.
Two wickets down now, Sri Lanka. More importantly for Pakistan, it's the big hitting Chamari that has departed. Out comes Vishmi Gunaratne. 59 matches for her in this format. Got out early in that first T20, but now she's been joined by a young debutant. A work to do for these two, but Chamari has done enough to lay the platform for the rest of the batters to try and chase this down. Mehani offering flight. She must be elated that she's got a wicket of Chamari off the first ball of her spell.
Yeah, there was a hold up prior to that delivery, and Chamari was on the non-strikers for the previous over. So that momentum, the rhythm break, it was the time that she had to go for a bigger shot and not identifying the fielders.
Down the track. And that's a boundary for Sanjana Kavindi. She doesn't seem to be rattled by the wicket of her skipper. She'll continue to try and make as much runs as possible in this last over of the power play.
Yeah, came down the track. Good shot into the gap. She's known for opening the batting, but now, number 3, she holds a key role in this run chase as a debutant. But I think this is going to be interesting. A debutant on strike with some experience from Vishmi.
Yeah, she is almost like an opening batter today. Early wicket of the opener. of Imesha. She's come out quite early. Thought about using her feet again, but immediately decided to nudge that towards the leg side. She looks busy. I like the look of her so far. She's looked to play her shots. Very positive intent by being shown by the youngster.
They've got runs on board, Samir, more than 10 runs and over. It's just that they need to go with the run rate. They need to cope with it. This is where the maturity and the experience comes in, especially in this consolidation overs after this power play.
Nicely behind that. It's such a mixed bag of how you think about Chamari's wicket. In the last few games that we've seen, it's been good because when Chamari gets out early, some of the other youngsters put their hands up and start performing. But you also want Chamari to be among the runs and provide them those starts. Today's another opportunity for yet another youngster to put their hands up and see this innings through and see this chase through. But a successful over for Pakistan from Ummehani. She picks up a big wicket. And at the end of the power play, Sri Lanka are 62 for 2. $62 for 2 in the power play, and it's all about Chamari Athapattu. She played some delightful strokes. Yes, couple of hits for the other batters. This was Imesha who got out of LBW. But after that, Chamari Athapattu took over and went absolute mayhem against the Pakistani bowlers. Look at some of those strokes. Stylish, classy, full of power. And there was some finesse as well with those outside edges, but some seriously good striking of the ball. Look at that. Fantastic. That was Sanjana with that shot on the offside. But this was the downfall of Chamari Athapattu after that break in momentum. And a boundary of the last over of the power play as well. As we watch the umpire confirming the end of the power play, and Momina Riyasat will bowl her second over.
She bowled a very good over inside the power play, that fifth over, just conceding only a boundary. So this is the time that she'll be breathing more. Against the right hand, a very good delivery, slowing things up through the air. This is good stuff. Can Pakistan come back into this game?
They'll be looking to do exactly this. Slow it down, make it difficult for the batters to find those gaps. Few quiet overs and things can change very quickly here. And the one thing that Sri Lanka's batters have done well throughout these T20s. Oh dear. You do not like to see that. As a bowler, as a captain, two fielders making an absolute mess of that. An easy boundary for Vishnu Gunaratne.
Yeah, definitely. I was surprised what went wrong there. Because it was nicely placed, very slowly. It was just a single to offer. And then both fielders not communicating whom to grab it. And then eventually, it's a boundary. Pushed away once again for a single towards deep mid-wicket.
That can be so frustrating as a bowler. You've bowled a good ball. All you thought was it was going to be was a single. But then a complete lack of communication between the fielders. Again, a challenge this for the middle order batters of Sri Lanka. Can they win another game without depending on Chamari batting through the innings? Yes, she's done her job. She's provided a breakthrough. We've seen young Sri Lankan batters putting their hands up, ensuring that they finish games off. There's a debutant on strike, Sanjana. Opportunity for her as well to make an impression. Comes down the track, goes over. In fact, that's a dropped catch. It was straight to the fielder. And another lapse in the field from Pakistan.
Well, it was wide out to the off stump, came down the track straight to extra cover, but a let off. Some fielding lapses coming in from the Pakistani camp. Even in the first game, they were struggling in the field. A lot of drop catches, I think. She had hurt herself there.
Yeah, she's done some damage. Probably hitting her finger straight on. But a catch put down, because that looked quite straightforward. Yes, maybe she didn't go in with the best of techniques, but Pakistan will be thinking that's an opportunity gone down. Could have got 2 in 2.
Yeah, how crucial that wicket would have been for Pakistan after getting rid of Chamari Atapattu, and then now a drop catch. Yeah, she doesn't seem to be comfortable. Yeah, she's going off. I have a feeling that really struck straight into the finger.
There's been a lot of work to do for the physio today. She's come out a few times. But here's a closer look at what happened there. Not the best of techniques. Should have gone sideways.
At the side cup. Anyways, it's a life for Sanjana. Yeah, given the opportunity today, now she needs to grab it. She really needs to grab it with both hands.
Well, around this stage is when Pakistan were looking really good with the bat, but soon after the power play ended, things did slow down for them. There are a few quiet overs now. Pakistan will be telling themselves, if we can apply the squeeze, get in a couple of quick overs, block off the boundaries, get a few dot balls through. Look at that, 68 for none, 68 for two. So just the 2 wickets. So advantage Pakistan if they can apply the squeeze even further from here on. Leading edge, very well bowled by Momina.
I think this surface, Samir, it's not offering much to the batters. The more slow you bowl, it doesn't come on. I think that is why Momina bowling and flighting those balls a lot, inviting the batter to come down.
Converts that into a full toss by using her feet. Gets a single and ends the over. 7 off it with a dropped opportunity. 7 done, it's 69 for 2. Dambulla is where we are for this second T20 as we watch Sri Lanka try to chase down 176, a similar target to what they had in the first T20. Did that quite comfortably, but they were going along quite nicely here as well until that stutter, losing Chamari Atapattu after she made a swashbuckling 40. Umehani being the provider of that breakthrough. A good first over, wicket off the first ball, but now Pakistan spinners will be the focus point here. They'll try to slow it down as they did previously. Rajiva, you're a spinner yourself and you've bowled a lot on tracks like this in Sri Lanka. First game, they went for runs. What are you telling your fellow spinners to do better in a game like this?
I think they are doing the ideal, what the doctor orders. Bowl slower through the air. Get that ball to spin. Not offer pace on the ball. That could be a wide, yes. So, the more slower you bowl, there is some grip on the surface. That is why Muniba Ali deciding to bat first. Runs on board. Now, it's the spinner's duty to restrict, to defend this go.
We have seen some turn on this surface, a little bit at least. Enough to put a doubt on the batter's mind. Vishmi will continue to use her feet against the spinners who, like you said, have looked to slow it down. Shuffling across on that occasion, getting it down towards the leg side. I think both these batters will be telling themselves, it's all right if we don't find a boundary, but at least let's keep the scoreboard ticking. Stay in the hunt, keep that run rate abreast.
Yeah, spot on there. Samir, now in the one days, there were partnerships. And also there was 2 batters in that run chase. And also even the third when Sri Lanka were chasing. And also in the previous game, the T20. So one batter going throughout the game to end things, to bring Sri Lanka home. Now this is the opportunity for one of these 2 batters to see through the innings.
Drag that from outside off to try and pull it away, but will only go as far as mid-on. Umehani is doing a fine job here. She's getting through the overs quickly and also stitching together a few dot balls.
Yeah, very good over. Just conceding 2 runs.
Oh, this could be a chance. The fielder's running backward. Had a lot of ground to cover. Sanjana looking for the big heave. Couldn't really time it too well. Got elevation, but not much distance on it. Couple of runs.
And there was a mid-wicket placed, but she was trying and eyeing that long on area. Miscued shot, but couple of runs.
And now they send the mid-on back onto the circle as Midorf comes up. It's a left-hander. They realize she'll look to go long on. Heaves it down towards long on for a single to end the over. Another good one from Umehani. 8 done. It's 74 for 2. ...102 runs away are Sri Lanka with 12 overs in hand. Sanjana Kavindi, the 17-year-old debutant out there on 18 as we watch a bowling change again. Ayesha Zafar this time. Some more spin from Pakistan being deployed to slow things down here. Sweep shot immediately against Ayesha Zafar. Rajiva, what have you made of Sri Lanka's change today? They dropped a middle order batter in the form of Lakshika Diswa and they bring someone at the top of the order, Sanjana Kavindi. Can you think of a reason for a change like that?
So Ayesha Zafar, more of a part-time bowler. In the previous game, she was introduced in the latter part. Now Muniba Ali introducing her in a crucial time where she has some comfortable moments out there. Holding Nashra Sandhu back towards the innings in the latter part. I think that's a great move. Coming back to your point after this ball. A top edge. Runs down to short third. Yeah, just a single. Yeah, in the run chase, like I mentioned, Sri Lanka, they need one batter in the middle order to see things off. More capable from Harshita, Samara Vikrama and also Vishmi Gunaratne. Yes, Sanjana Kavindi playing her first game. More pressure on her to perform in the big stage. She's young. So I reckon Vishmi is more capable with that 100 in the run chase in the ODI. And also Harshita more capable.
Full toss, hammered. And that's in the gap for a 4. Sanjana Kavindi showing us why she has been selected in this game, in the squad and in the 11 for Sri Lanka. Talented and aggressive and positive.
Yes, she's proving herself. She needs to continue. Poor delivery, juicy full toss. Placed it nicely into the gap. And a boundary in this over will kick things off because it's the part-timer.
This is down the ground. They're coming in to take the catch. Long on. Oh, that's another chance put down. This time it's Tasmia. She's living a charmed life. Sanjana, 2 chances. And Pakistan, well, you cannot put those down.
You need to hold on to these, son. There you see. You can't let off those chances. That was Tasmia and long on running in. Like you mentioned, yes, it's some charm. Charming life for Sanjana.
Misfield from Ayesha Zafar. They're can't afford to do this, bowling full tosses, dropping catches. They've got 2 wickets. They have to be a lot more disciplined, the Pakistani bowlers and the fielders. Don't let him cheer for too long. This Lion mascot has had a good time in the first T20. Oh, nicely hammered away. And this is in the gap as well. Perfectly placed from Sanjana Kawindi. She's living a charmed life, but she's also putting on a show of some really good boundary hitting. 9 overs done. Sri Lanka are 86 for 2. Some folks in here to see on a Sunday morning here in Dambulla. Sri Lanka plays. Dambulla always turns up. All very knowledgeable fans in this part of the world, and so far they must be enjoying what they've seen. As Sri Lanka look to chase down 176. They need exactly 90 more in 11 overs. Nashra Sandhu being introduced into the attack. This is going to be a very important spell as Wishmi drives this into the gap. First ball, picks up a boundary.
It was a short delivery. Poor start for Nashra Sandhu. There was enough time for her to place it and also into that gap through extra cover there. See, very, very poor delivery. Short and wide outside the off stump. Beats the fielder at the inner ring and also the sweeper cover. Good start to the over.
Proper loosener the first ball. Now she gets the flight and goes fuller. Pakistan have to realize they cannot let their shoulders drop. Yes, it's been a big start from Chowdhury. They've dropped a couple of catches, but it just takes one wicket, one moment in the field that can easily turn things around. 81 wickets for Nashra Sandhu in her 84 games. Economy of 5.55 in this format. Those are good numbers, and she is Pakistan's ace spinner. Now the left-handed Sanjana on strike. Oh, she goes for the big shot again. And this time she beats the fielder. Picks up a maximum. Sanjana Kawindi showing her full range of strokes on debut.
This is what you expect after dropping 2 catches. You take that opportunity. Sanjana Kawindi strikes it nice with that slog sweep on the arc. Goes for it. She was identified there as a fielder, but she played it a little wider.
Left hand batter, left arm bowler, and this is what you get. Sanjana down the track this time and back-to-back maximums. Oh, she must be a happy captain. There are others who are putting their hands up, and there are others who can hit big shots in this team.
Yeah, lovely feet, Yuzma. There you see, back-to-back boundaries, back-to-back sixers in the same area. Now pressure on Nashra Sandhu, debutant, striking well. Yes, there were some opportunities. You couldn't grab it, but the opportunity is taken by Sanjana. Brilliant. 48 runs off 27 balls in this third wicket stand.
She's on to the 40 number now. 41 off just 21. What a start. What a debut for Sanjana Kawindi. Just 17 years old, playing at the highest level she can think of for her country. Looks to go again, but it was fuller and quicker from Nashra Sandhu. Now, in the last few games, Sri Lanka have tried to be watchful against Nashra Sandhu because she has certainly been one of Pakistan's best spinners, but I love the approach here, being positive and aggressive against her.
Yeah, I agree with you. Pressure on her right now because 2 sixes been struck off her bowling. And so far, it's a very good over. Dot ball.
To turn that down towards third for a single to end the over, but it will be a dot ball. At the halfway stage, Sri Lanka in a very good position, 104 for 2.
The drinks breaks gone with 10 overs done and only 2 wickets that have fallen. One was a plum LBW and then Chamaria Tapatu after a blistering start holding it out to Omehani. Deep mid-wicket taking that catch, and after that catch was taken, at least half a dozen other catches and a couple of them absolutely realistic dropped. Sanjana 42 of 22 and Vishmi 15 of 15 taking this chase towards the home turf. As far as bowling is concerned, there has been a little bit of hope as far as Omehani is concerned. 2 overs, just 12 runs. Movina as well, just 11 runs. But everyone else has been extremely expensive, including Nashra Sandhu in that previous over that she bowled. 18 runs were looted off her bowling by the debutant.
Yeah, that's going to hurt Pakistan. Their ace bowler, Nashra Sandhu, going for 18 in her first over.
Beautifully placed there in the gap, and Sanjana will get a boundary.
Excellent. Superb batting. On her first game, 17-year-old, playing like a pro, toying with the bowlers, angling the bat, finding the gap, finding the boundary. This is wonderful. Great news for Sri Lankan cricket.
By all means. Oh, she's not timed it well and taken. That's such an anticlimactic end to a phenomenal start of her career. Sanjana was looking for a lot more than just the 50. But I reckon she'll take it. On debut, 46 of 24. Fantastic.
Yeah, no doubt. Great debut, great stuff. Aisha Zafar, yeah, probably this was always going away from her. It would have been better that she would have played it towards the offside. She wanted to flick it towards onside, top edge it. Aisha made no mistake. But nevertheless, a fantastic inning from Sanjana on her debut, taking Pakistani senior pros on, scoring some brilliant shots, something that she can be proud of.
I'm so sure. Appreciation coming in from the dugout. The skipper in the background, big smile. She knows what is getting built around her. If you look at some of those players who have scored runs, Vishmi getting a ton, Harshita scoring a ton in the ODIs, Imesha getting a ton in the T20Is as Harshita comes in. 90 matches, 9.5 centuries in a T20I career.
Yeah, Neil, in the previous stint, you mentioned about both teams having a young batter at number 3, but there is a lot of difference between the two youngsters. We saw here what Sanjana did. She just kept the momentum on. She played her strokes, played at a great strike rate. But Pakistan, on the other hand, Iman Nasir, she struggled in both the games. Again, in the gap. She'll get some runs, at least 3, if not 4. No, she'll get 4. Everything going Sri Lanka's way at the moment.
Well, absolutely. Harshita is riding on a very high confidence wave. Runs have come in for her. And today, the placement, really beautiful.
Yeah, even the edges are finding the gaps. It's been that sort of a run chase from Sri Lankan women. Good effort from Iman Fatma.
Fine leg will come into play.
I beg your pardon, it was not Iman Fatma, it was Momina Riyasat. But this is how the youngster lost her wicket. He wanted to hit it too hard and find the gap, but top edged it. Aisha Zafar making no mistake.
Oh, tempted there and a double attempt, and still nothing can go wrong for Sri Lanka. Boundary there. 4 runs to end the over. 11 gone, 116 for 3.
116 for 3. And Neil, if Pakistan going to lose this game, it would have to be their fielding, their catching abilities and the ground fielding.
A good use of feet there. And we'll get a boundary. Very well done. They're not letting the momentum drop, the Sri Lankan batters. And you make a very valid point there. The fielding has been below ordinary.
Yeah, but this is beautiful. Batting at its best. Using the feet, getting to the pitch of the ball, finding the gaps. Played it with soft hands, not looking to hit it hard, looking to find the gap and getting the desired result.
Remind you, this was a pair that brought Sri Lanka out of trouble. Mammoth chase of 275.
Yeah, Pakistan are definitely missing their ace left arm spinner Sadia Iqbal in this series. She would have been so handy. She always is. She's such a big performer for Pakistan. But still, I would say her replacement, Momina Riyasat, she bowled really well. She's been the pick of the bowlers in this Pakistan lineup. But it has to be the fielding. Your fielders must support your bowlers.
Nashra Sandhu.
At the moment, they're just easing those singles because they've got the boundary. Early in the over, they can always push around and take those singles and doubles.
She's looking like a very eased out captain. She knows that she's got the girls who will take care of it. .122 for 3. Nashra Sandhu. Sometimes you need to look for inspiration from within. Sometimes you need to just draw in every bit of inspiration, experience, all of that you've garnered through these years to try and price a wicket out. Now look at this. Oh, deep third. No. Boundary. Very, very comfortable. Was it the wicket keeper who got up a little early? Was it the pace at which the third fielder ran? You put all of that into perspective. It wasn't really hit with the bat. It was off the hand. And it all boils down to fielding.
It has to be your last point that you mentioned. Needed a better fielding effort, needed a better sprint towards the ball. But Shawal Zulfikar, very slow. Very, very slow. One more time, one more lapse in the field. What can bowler do? But something that Sri Lanka has done really well, they've attacked Pakistan's best bowler, Nashra Sandhu. Look at that, 28. Make it 29 now in her 2 overs. And Pakistan depend on her. And they've gone after her. Sri Lanka are in a very good position in this run chase. 127 for 3 after 12.
.127 for 3 after 12. Momina has been brought into attack. Pakistan desperately looking for a wicket.
Not just one reel, maybe a couple. And in a quick succession, in next couple of overs, they need 2 wickets. Especially these 2, because we know what they're capable of.
Well, by all means. Many a times. Use of feet. I like the ploy here by the Pakistani bowlers. They've just pulled the length a wee back, inviting the batters to use their feet to come down the track to make that connection.
And that too, Momina, the youngster, out of all, it's the youngster who's raising her hand that, okay, I'll try to do that, what Sadia Iqbal used to do. But She hasn't taken wickets, but she's bowled brilliantly. Just 12 runs.
Swept. Just a single. Yeah, we saw in the first innings, even the youngster from Sri Lanka, Chamudi, pick of the bowler. Very, very miser. The economy, phenomenal. I'm sure the coach would have made his notes for Chamudi as well and saying that I'm going to use her more.
And he would be a very happy man looking at the youngsters, the 17-year-old, the way she played Sanjana Kavindi, the way she bowled, and the left arm spin. So two youngsters, 17 years old, coming through the ranks, playing with the big girls, playing alongside Chamaria Tapatu against good quality opponents. That will do a world of good to Sri Lankan cricket, seeing those youngsters stepping up to the big occasions and performing.
Good use of feet. Fielder inside the circle and ball outside the boundary. 4 runs.
Yeah, having mid-off up in the circle, this shot is always on. And the sort of form these Sri Lankan batters are, they're not going to miss out. Quicker through the air this time, something that she's not done in this game or the previous one. The space is easy to manage on the surface. You can continue doing what she's been doing, Momina. She doesn't need to change. But because the wickets are not coming, she feels the pressure to do something different.
Too short. A good piece of fielding there. That was something that you have to look forward towards getting or drawing some inspiration. Tuba ran onto her left, put in a dive and a flat throw.
Yeah, she's in as a substitute fielder, a leg spinner. I thought she might have been handy, especially on this surface.
Oh, is it going in the gap? Yep. Oh my God! No! Please, for once, let me see some good piece of fielding.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty disappointing. It's not just bad, it's poor. Poor display of fielding. We always say that, okay, we'll get back to it because it's the end of 13 overs, 138 for 3.
Mehani. Definitely the pick of the bowlers for Pakistan, but also in the drought of fielding that we've seen, she's an oasis. Definitely the pick of the fielders. Couple of splendid catches in that previous game. One of them literally parallel to the ground.
Yeah, you call it right. I wish Pakistan could have 10 fielders like her. Look, this one should have been stopped. It was just timed in the gap. The inability rather to get down to the ball. That shows that the fitness is not quite there. That's where Pakistan is lacking. We've seen few sprints where the balls should have stopped.
Another beautiful looking, well-timed shot. 4 runs.
I think they've given up the hope of defending this total Pakistan fielders especially. We see no energy, we see no aggression. And the bowlers now even giving those loopy deliveries, half trackers, asking to be hit. So no inspiration whatsoever as far as Pakistan team is concerned at the moment. Just 33 runs of 39 deliveries. Who would have thought that it would be such a easy run chase for Sri Lanka after losing Chamari?
Yeah, one thing that is coming out to be really good for Sri Lanka is the advent of young players taking responsibility. The over dependency on Chamari, which used to be the case, and now the shared responsibility, if I may use that term, is becoming the key of the new Sri Lankan side. Harshita, Vishmi, Imesha, they've all shown us what they can deliver, and today even Sanjana, the debutant. If you have 4 odd batters alongside Chamari, who can on their own day put their hand up and say, hey, don't worry, skipper, I'm there. You've got a very good side in the making, and mind you, some of them are so young, so new to international cricket. They definitely have a very, very bright future, the Sri Lankan young side. 14 gone, 145 for 3.
Right, 145 for 3, just 31 required. You make a great point, Neil, when you talk about Sri Lanka and their future of cricket. Both teams didn't have a good World Cup. They made few changes. Both sides made changes. But Sri Lankan side, I think they'll be a happier side looking at their youngsters rather than Pakistan. When we look at their youngsters, Pakistan made 8 changes after World Cup coming into the series. And all I can think about or talk about is they found Momina Riyasat, the left arm spin. Other than her, I think Pakistan youngsters have not lived up to the expectations as they came into the series. Yes, we can say they're young, but fielding is something that it's in your hands. True. The sprint, the fitness, it's in your hand. Yes, skill, batting skill, bowling skill, they can improve with time. But fielding has been really, that has led Pakistan down and these youngsters down. And look, they have no problem just playing it with soft hands and getting a couple of runs. I think Bob Riaz and the management, they'll really be unhappy with the standards of fielding and the fitness that has been shown by the youngsters who've been brought in after the World Cup.
Well, yeah, one can always give them that little leeway saying that, yeah, it's a young side. But it's critical that you punch in the fielding DNA right when they're young.
And when you're young, you have more chances to be a good fielder. Older you get, the reflexes get slow, the fitness gets down. It's probably going away from the off stump. But when you're young, when you're 17 or 18 or a 19-year-old, yeah, that's surely going off. There is no excuse. There's surely no excuse of fielding and fitness level, especially when you're playing international cricket.
Well, absolutely. I'm sure the think tank over there, they would have made their notes.
Yeah, Vabrias is done his bit. He's done great. He's been working really hard. But then you cannot give or blame everything to the management or the coaching staff, especially as we mentioned about the fielding or the fitness level. It is individuals' role to work on their fielding and fitness. So probably, yes, I would say he would be a very disappointed, or I would say angry man at the moment.
Well, yeah, been privileged to work with some of the girls at the international level. And I can tell you, the thing that differentiates some of the champions that turn out to be world-class players is their own extra self-effort that they put out beyond the training sessions that the coaches plan. Dot ball to end the over, 15 gone, 148 for 3.
It has been smooth sailing for Sri Lanka in this T20 series as a whole so far, winning the first one, chasing down 177. Now on course for victory in the second T20, chasing 176. 28 required of the last 5 overs. Another partnership, a good partnership brewing between Vishmi and Harshita. Harshita especially has looked quite busy. 24 of 15 for the left-hander. Vishmi playing the anchor role, going at just over on a ball. Down the track goes Ariel, and it's a catch. Finally, Pakistan. A moment, a special moment in the field to break this partnership, and once again it's Hani providing the breakthrough.
A little too late, I would say, to grab a wicket. Well, when Sri Lanka going at a runner ball, that what they're needing. Yes, Vishmi going for a big shot, not hitting cleanly off the middle of the bat. Good catch. It was dipping in front of her. Umehani striking with a second wicket. Vishmi the pass for 31. Sri Lanka losing the fourth at 148.
Good luck for Pakistan every time we come on commentary. The first ball wicket as Kavisha Dilhari comes out to bat. Been among the runs, being in good touch. She did contribute quite well in those ODIs as well to finish off games. She joins Harshita now. Gets off the mark with the single. Well, can Pakistan conjure up some magic here? Provide a little late twist in the tail. It's plain sailing for Sri Lanka. Vishmi Gunaratne looking to use her feet, trying to pick up a boundary. And for once, after a few lapses in the field, they finally hold on to a catch. Pakistan. Umehani will be delighted. Aerial sweep shot. It's in the gap. And it'll go for 4 more. Harshita finds boundaries with relative ease here against the spinners of Pakistan.
150 on board for Sri Lanka with that boundary. Yes, Harshita going at a very good strike rate. Sweep shot coming in. Placed it little finer on towards the left side of the square leg fielder. Couple of bouncers, races away. Much needed boundary to ease off that pressure like you mentioned with the follow wicket.
They're looking like a well-oiled machine, Sri Lanka women's team right now. Chawari at the stop provides the starts, and then batters scoring freely, scoring comfortably. Among the runs, Vishmi, Harshita, Imesha with a century in the first T20i. So lots of things going right at the top of the order for Sri Lanka. Not too far away from a series victory after a long time against Pakistan. Cut away, and another lapse in the field, straight through her and onto the line. How many times have we seen this in this innings? Pakistani fielders continue to disappoint.
You can see from the body language itself. It was short, asking for trouble. Punched it nicely. Nobody behind it. Disappointment from the fielder. Poor effort there once again.
Last ball of the over from Umehani. Last ball of her quarter. 28 for 2, Umehani. Outside of her, nobody else has bowled well enough for Pakistan. 16 done, 157 for 4. Sri Lanka have found a lot of runs thanks to these misfields from Pakistan. Quite a few today. Dropped catches, balls going right through the fielders, and mistimed jumps, mistimed attempts. And that has been the pain point for Pakistan in the first T20 and more so in the second T20. That was the latest one. Well, we know the notes they will be taking, Wahab Riaz and company, in the dugout. They know exactly what to talk about. Well, the Pakistani team, Wahab Riaz holding his head. Lots to talk about, lots to dissect after this innings.
Yeah, I agree with you. How crucial it would have been if they held on to those catches and those stops they could have made. Because every misfield has gone for a boundary. That have cost a lot for Pakistan.
New bowler being introduced now in the 17th over. Saira Jabin played a little cameo with the bat, but even for her to make an impression, one might think it's a little too late. Just 19 runs required with 4 overs. Kavisha and Harshita, 2 batters in good nick, good touch. Third and fine. Inside the circle, mid-off is up as well. Little change now. They first had a backward point, but now they bring the point up and send sweeper cover. Short and wide, starts off with a wide.
They're running out of options right now. Munibali, just like in the previous game. There were cramps coming in, but today, every bowler has gone apart, except for Mehani. She has been outstanding, 2 wickets for 28 in her spell. But right now, they're struggling. They're definitely struggling with bowlers and options.
Yeah, well, Sarah Jabin late into the innings. She's been out in the field for a while. It is quite hot out there. Been asked to come and bowl the 17th over. Starts off with a couple of wides, only making life much easier for Sri Lanka than it already is for them. Now just 16 runs away and all of 24 balls to do it.
Sami, we had 2 different venues. I'll tell you one note that you need to make a pinpoint, that every team has chased one.
Cut away once again. And that's in the gap as well. Kavisha picks up her first boundary. Run making has looked easier than it has ever been for Sri Lanka's batters.
Yeah, poor delivery. Despite those 2 wides, it was asking for trouble once again. There was a deep point fielder prior to this over, and they removed her. Brought in the sweeper cover. Kavisha gets her first boundary, so run chasing, whatever the total you make, has been the ideal choice.
And that's exactly what was running on my mind when Munib Ali won the toss and decided to bat first. For me, that came as a surprise, although there was some conversation about the surface maybe changing, but look, the sun is breaking down. It's become very easy to bat on. Cross seam now from Saira. Oh, goes short and wide once again. Just cannot control it, Saira Jabin.
She's been way outside the off stump, but there's only one protection at the ropes. There's a deep point. But if you're bowling wide outside the off stump, you need to have one extra fielder on the offside, saving that boundary. Because once you beat the infield, it's runs, because this outfield is so quick and fast. See, that's the field setup. And she continues to bowl wide out to the off stump. Cut away nicely, pushing for the second run. This is good running. This is good batting.
Yeah, I just get the feeling that Pakistan have all but given up in this game because they know they have themselves to blame for what has transpired in this second innings. Just 10 runs away from victory now. A very pleased dugout, that coaches and the captain right behind. One thing about Chamari Atapattu, when she gets out and comes back into the dugout, she never sits down. She's always standing, always tensed. Pulled away very nicely, and that's in the gap as well. Kavisha Dilhari picks up another boundary in the over, this time on the leg side, much to the delight of everyone in her team.
Boundaries keep coming. how good this surface has turned out to be. A short delivery pulled away into the gap. Kavisha gets a second boundary in this over. Sri Lanka just one hit away, and he's a happy man there. The mascot with the gloves, and there you see the joy, the energy, the punch. Sri Lanka closing in for victory.
Much better from Sarah Jabin, closer to the body. She'll still manage to cut it away, Kavisha, with 5 runs left for Sri Lanka to get a series victory against Pakistan in a T20 after 12 years. March 2014 is when Sri Lanka last won a T20 series against Pakistan. And these folks here have come in to witness history. A complete and dominant performance from Sri Lanka as the women's team keep rising and keep making headlines.
It would be much appreciated if there's more crowd coming in to witness these stars to be fact, because the Sri Lanka girls, the women's team, is doing well. Won the one-day series. Now almost going in for another series victory. So the gates are free. They're open. It's freely open for the spectators to come in here at Dambulla. There's another game coming up despite Sri Lanka going in for victory of the series. That's the opportunity that they can seal the series with 3-0. So the gates are open. That's on the 4th, the 3rd T20 coming up. That's on Tuesday.
Big heave towards the leg side. Fielder in the deep. Will cut it off. Just 1 run to Kavisha. And that will be the end of a long 17th over from Sarah Jabin. 16 off it. Sri Lanka are 4 runs away from a series victory. Three to win from 3 overs. It's that simple for Sri Lanka. They gave away 175. Chamari wasn't pleased at the end of that bowling innings. But it turns out their batters have enough in their tank to chase it down. New bowler be introduced, Shawal. This could well be over. Starts off with a loopy, driving length delivery. Kavisha down the track, can't get past the fielder.
Yeah, she's trying to go off with a boundary. Yeah, that could be a happy dugout there, especially the coaching staff. The girls have done a very good job. Tremendous effort.
Oh, diving effort on that occasion, but they'll get the single, just delaying the inevitable now. 2 runs away. 174 on the board for Sri Lanka. Harshita, 33 of 20. It'll be nice for her to score the winning runs. She's been brilliant once again. And they've certainly enjoyed these batting displays from almost all of Sri Lanka's batters except for Imesha. They all got starts. Down the leg side. Wait and see if it'll be called a wide. No, it seems like it was within that red line.
Yeah, she's trying to go for a big shot and finish the things off. Harshita batted brilliantly today as well. Constructed the innings nicely.
Shot pulled away. And that'll be another misfield quite fittingly to end the innings for Sri Lanka and win this T20 series 2-0. It was a March of 2014. 12 years ago when Sri Lanka last won a bilateral T20 series against Pakistan. But here they are in 2026 in Dambulla. A commanding, a dominant, a comprehensive victory for Sri Lanka women against Pakistan women as they chase down 176 in just 17.4 overs. Superb batting from Sri Lanka's top order. And the fans are delighted, and so are the girls in blue, the Lionesses. They've been superb throughout this series. Won the ODI series 2-1, came from behind. Pakistan, in the meantime, will be dejected. They know very well that they just haven't done justice to their talents. got the runs on the board, but the fielding and the bowling had much to be desired from the girls in green. But happy times for these young Sri Lankan superstars. For so long they've relied on Chamari. Yes, she provided a start today, but Pakistan were too wayward, and these young batters have taken advantage of that and gone on to win this game for Sri Lanka by 6 wickets. All smiles for the Lionesses, Rajiva. These are good signs for Sri Lanka women's cricket.
Remarkable moments after 12 years. Win the T20 series here at home in Dambulla. Some great efforts overall from everyone in the squad and also from the coaching staff. It was a great effort coming here for the T20 series after that one-day series victory after so many years. And this was a proud moment, especially led by Chamari Atapattu. There you see, she has done a lot, served a lot for Sri Lanka cricket. A legend leading the team from the front for this remarkable series victory. And this game won comprehensively by 6 wickets.
She's an absolute superstar. Chamari Atapattu continues to inspire the girls, the youngsters of Sri Lanka to take up cricket. They had a decent World Cup campaign, won 3 out of 5 games, beat New Zealand, which was the highlight of that game. But here they are with another brilliant batting performance. Imesha, 100 in the first T20, but couldn't kick on from there on. After that, starts for everyone. Chamari providing that big start, 40 off just 15. Then the youngster, Sanjana, on debut at number 3, a superb innings from her. Yes, she had a couple of chances put down, but she still made merry, 46 of 24. Wish me another handy knock from her, 31 of 29. Harshita controlled the entire chase with a superb 37 of 22. And Kavisha, of course, joining her towards the end to apply the finishing touches and chase this down with over 2 overs to spare.
Bowlers really did struggle, but except for Umehani, she bowled very good areas on this slow surface, asking questions from the batters, picking up 2 wickets to 28 runs, a wicket apiece for Wahida and Ayesha. But apart from that, look at the economy rates. See, all over. They were all over the place. And some good partnerships coming in. 53 runs for the 3rd wicket. That was the ideal. That was the remarkable moment for Sri Lanka to bring in victory, helped by Sanjana Kavindi and Vishnu Gururatna. So that moments, those were critical moments at one stage after losing Chamari. But they went on. They held their nerves.
Yeah, some good striking early on in the power play. Chamari especially unleashed herself. Yes, early wicket of Imesha Dulani, but that didn't stop them from playing their shots. Chamari Atapattu was absolutely brilliant. Some beautiful strokes all around the ground, especially on the leg side, very strong. This was a huge shot. Sanjana also played her shots alongside Chamari Atapattu, but Chamari fell, and then there was a moment in the game where you thought Pakistan could come back, but some very smart batting from Sanjana and from Vishmi early on, and then from Harshita. Sanjana looking for big sixes, went back to back at one time, but looking to do it again. She was caught and bowled by Momina. And then came Harshita to partner Vishmi. These two control those middle overs, milking the bowling. Vishmi looking to find a boundary, departed, but Kavisha then came out and was a brilliant partner to Harshita Samaravikrama. Both of them finishing off the innings quite comfortably and quite comprehensively in the end, with some loose bowling and wayward fielding from Pakistan women. Won the toss, Muniba Ali for Pakistan, and quite to the surprise of many around here, chose to bat first. They put up a similar total as they did in the first T20, 175 for 5 in their 20 overs, led by Shawal and Muniba at the top. Chamudi picking up a couple of wickets, the youngster impressive once again. And in reply, Sri Lanka making easy work of that target. Sanjana, the youngster, and Chamari at the top, providing that start. And of course, Harshita with a brilliant 37. Couple of wickets for Umehani, as she's always been among the wickets for Pakistan, but in the end it was just not enough, and Sri Lanka go on to win by 6 wickets.
So the fixtures, there's only one game left in this 100% Sri Lanka versus Pakistan Women's 2026, powered by Honor. the third T20 international on the fourth here at Dambulla International Cricket Stadium, where Sri Lanka has already sealed the series here in the first two wins.
All right, it's been a pleasure bringing you this game. We'll take a quick break now. When we come back, it'll be the post-match presentation with Neeloja.
Hello and welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony of the second T20 International of the Rhino Cup, Sri Lanka versus Pakistan, powered by Honor. It was Sri Lanka that came into this game with momentum and they finished in style. They've clinched the series with a game to spare. And before we begin the presentation, Sri Lankan Cricket would like to thank the official sponsors, Rhino, Honor, Bank Alphala and Agro Ventures. In the presentation party alongside me, I have Mr. Rohana Pushpakumara, the National Sales Manager of Rhino Roofing Products. First up, I would like to have a conversation with Muniba Ali, the skipper of Pakistan. Muniba, if I could have you here, please. Muniba, not the best of the results. What do you read of the game that happened today?
Yeah, obviously, target was good, just like last match, but I think in fielding we have a lot of lapses, and also bowling side is also a bit inexperienced. I think they will learn how to bowl on these kind of surfaces against different oppositions.
When the opening pair batted, you guys started off really well. And this is something that we saw even in the first game. The momentum shift happened as soon as we lost your wicket.
Yeah, obviously, after 6 over to 20th, we only scored 100 and something, which I think could be more if we talk about in batting. So it's not about my wicket, but I think the kind of how we want to play, it's a bit like we want to rectify those things. We are not balancing those things.
Series gone, but we have one more game to go. What would be the changes, the rectifications, or the conversations in the dugout that you're looking at?
Obviously, I think fielding is a big part of in T20 game, and we need to be a bit quicker and be aggressive in the field. Otherwise, any score could be easily any team can achieve.
You know what? I understand your feelings, your emotions right now. We'll let you be with your team, and we will wait for the next game.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Muniba. Ladies and gentlemen, the skipper of the Pakistan women's cricket team. And now, for the player of the match, there were conversations about two players in specification. One was a bowler, one was a batter, both youngsters, and they definitely contributed extremely well for the Sri Lankan win. The player of the match trophy would be presented by Mr. Rohan Pushpakumara, the National Sales Manager, Rhino Roofing Products, and it's going to the debutante, Sanjana Kavindi, for her 46 of 24. 6 fours, 2 sixes. Sanjana, if you could receive your trophy, please. What a fantastic knocker on display, on debut for Sanjana. Sanjana, first up, congratulations. Thank you so much, Mr. Pushpakunar. All right, the skippers come in. Sanjana, debut and a knock alongside your captain. Could you have asked for anything more?
මට ඒක ලොකු වාසනාවක්. මට ගොඩක් සතුටුයි මං හිතනවා මගේ පළවෙනි මැච් එක මං ටීම් එකට කරන්න පුළුවන් උපරිම කරා කියලා.
So she's happy to bat with me, and I mean non-strikers, and she's happy about that, and the way she played is really good, and she's happy to contribute a lot for the team in the first game as a debutant.
Were there any pressures because you were sent in at number 3 and you got to come in really early in the second over itself? Was there any pressure coming out to bat today?
කලින් ආවේවා ඉමේෂාවෙත් අවුට් වෙච්ච නිසා ඔයාට මොනවාරි ප්‍රෙෂර් එකක් තිබ්බද නැද්ද කියලා අහන්නේ.
ප්‍රෙෂර් එකක් තිබ්බේ නැහැ. මට ඒ වෙලාවේ කරන්න පුළුවන් දේ මම කරා.
So she doesn't have any pressure. She's playing her natural game. Yeah.
This is so good. Hearing all of this from a very young girl, where do you see yourself with someone like Chamari leading your side?
මං ඒක ලැබපු ලොකු භාග්‍යයක්. මං ඒ කියන්නේ මං ගොඩක් කාලෙ ඉඳන් try කරා ඒ කියන්නේ අක් එක්ක ගහන්න. මට ඒක ගොඩ ලොකු සතුටක්.
She said it's like a privilege to play with me, but at the end of the day, she's playing really good cricket. And another thing, she looking so long to play with me, and finally she achieved that, and she scored 40 against Pakistan, and with me, that's really good things for her as well.
My last question to you is, who are you going to call the first to tell that you won the player of the match?
Manager.
Manager, not your mom, not your dad, but your manager. This is interesting. Thank you so much. You've done exceptionally well. Thank you so much. Skipper, I would want you to be around here. Chamari, if I could have you. Fantastic win. Congratulations on the series. After almost 14 years, you won this T20 bilateral against Pakistan. What is the feeling?
Actually feeling good, and this is really crucial series for us, and we are playing really good cricket against Pakistan. I'm really happy as a captain because a lot of youngsters playing really good, young Imesha Dulani, and today the debutant Sanjana Kavindi. As a captain, I've loved to see this performance, and in the ODI series, Vishmi and Harshita playing really good. Throughout this both series, both batters and the bowlers done really good job for my team, and so one more game left, so we want to play our best cricket in next game as well. So a lot of series coming up, Asian Games and Asia Cup, so we want to play our positive cricket throughout the next series as well.
You answered literally almost all my questions, because I was going to ask you, how do you feel as a captain when you see all of these youngsters play so well? But I'm sure, because we saw you sitting there with a pleasant smile, watching your youngsters play, it'll be pressure off your shoulder, isn't it?
Yeah, because last 15-16 years I take these shoulders. I always pressure on my shoulders, but now I am free captain because the youngsters are playing really good. As a captain, as a management, we love to see these things because I know I sacrifice a lot of things for Sri Lanka cricket and the management. So a lot of positives coming through the setup. So I'm as a captain, as a senior player, I'm really love to see this performance.
You know what, I'm sure that you wouldn't have thought of this. You are not someone who looks into numbers, but let us tell you that you have crossed a 4,000 run milestone in T20 International today. What a day to have it. Congratulations. How is the feeling?
Feeling good because 4,000 is like a milestone, big milestone for me. So I've done a lot of things for my team and the Sri Lanka. These milestones are really good as a person, but I want to play my best cricket and do my best for my country till I retire.
You know what? You've been an inspiration, Chamari. Keep inspiring.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chamari Atapadu, ladies and gentlemen, the skipper of the Sri Lankan cricket team. Now, this is not where it ends. Yes, Sri Lanka has won the series, but they would be looking for a clean sweep, and Pakistan would be looking to play for pride in the third T20i, which happens on the 4th of August. We'll come back. Meanwhile, thank you so much from everyone here at Dambulla.